Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Take a few to blast and touch the sky. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
Computer. Hi, I'm Zero of the Infinite. I'm an android here to save the future. And I went to Japan. You can see, look, it's me. That's. Oh shit, that doesn't work. Damn it. Wait, hold on. I can fix it. Then I can do funny joke. That, move this up here. Oh, now I'm tiny. Okay. This makes this harder. Remnants of the Sea of Zero. Sort of. So I couldn't figure out how to get the stupid photos thing to show up with anything other than just a display capture. But anyway, yeah, look, that's me. I went to Japan. I'm so glad you're all following on with me. Yeah, I figured I'd play Japan music, or Persona music, for talking about Japan, because I did a lot of walking around there. Yeah, so I did this. It was fun. We went to Tokyo for a week and then Osaka for another week. I came to yell, "Hello, Nemu!" Hi, wife. Wait. Give the other heart. Yeah! But yeah, I took a bunch of pictures. I removed most of the ones that have... Well, I removed all the ones that have, like, you know, someone's face in it. Or just removed those pictures entirely if it was mostly just, like, a selfie. So to start off, this isn't even in Japan. This was in... this was in the Toronto airport because we flew there first before flying to Japan. I just saw it said Longchamp and I thought that sounded funny because Ogchamp is a Twitch emote and it's like a long one. Also, Yendemu's alive! Yay! We both survived going to and coming back from Japan. Yeah, I thought this was funny. And this was kind of a shitty photo because I had to zoom in on my camera a lot. But this was when we were getting to Tokyo. So this is like Tokyo from the plane. You can see the tower and such. Tokyo's really, really big. Like, these are all buildings. It's big. It's this big city. So yeah, we got there sort of late, I guess. I think it was like 7 p.m. or something when we like got to our Airbnb. And almost right across the street was this chain curry place that I really like called Koko Ichibanya. So that's where we went first dinner. It was really good. I got this is like minced meat katsu with shrimp, and I got some sausages also. The best thing about this place... Oh, hi, Ash! Hello! You're just in time! So yeah, Koko Ichibanya, extremely good. I like how customizable everything is for people who've never been. I think they have some locations in, like, California, too? I've only ever been in Japan, though. But yeah, you can pick, like, what kind of curry and, like, what, you know, protein stuff or, like, extra stuff you want with it, and, like, exactly how much rice and how spicy you want it, and, like, a bunch of other, like, toppings and stuff. And it's really, really good, and I'm a huge fan. I went there a lot last time I went too, but this time also, I think last time we went like 3 or 4 times. This time we went twice. But yeah, very good, very cheap, tasty curry. And then I think so. Like, we were there with like my sisters and their partners, and also me and Nemu's brother. So everyone else went to sleep because they were tired from flying all day, because it's like a 13-hour flight. Which is a very long time. And then me and Nemu and her brother wanted to go walk around a little bit because we were staying in Shinjuku and we wanted to go see stuff and not immediately go to sleep. This was kind of like in the like side street area, sort of. I don't know, like the residential area that we were staying in. It's one thing I kind of like about these little areas that are like all over, like, I don't know, bigger cities in Japan, is that like, even if you're only like a little bit, like maybe a block away from like a very busy main street, like these streets are like quiet as hell. It's really nice to walk around. It's just really quiet and chill. And I took this picture because I thought it looked nice. So yeah, then we walked over to like sort of more Kabukicho, which is like nightlife sort of area in Shinjuku. I took this picture of this nice like lit up street. Like a bunch of karaoke places over here too. What else? Oh, I took this picture. So this was at like a pachinko parlor, or like on the outside of one. And that's, you know, that's Kenshiro from Fish to the North Star. And if you can't read katakana, the thing underneath him, it just says, it's like in English, but it just says it in Japanese. That says mega hole. You know, obviously referring to, I guess, some kind of pachinko thing, but it just, there was no explanation. It just said mega hole under his face. And I thought that was funny, so I took a picture. I would like Kenshiro's mega hole exactly. Here it is. Yeah, I took that. We didn't do. I guess actually in Osaka we did like old-timey pachinko a little bit. We didn't go in any pachinko parlors though. Oh, so then we went to an arcade, which of course has a shitload of claw machines on like the first floor. And I took a video because I was like, oh, this looks like it'll be easy. It probably won't be. I don't know how loud this will be either. Let me see. Hopefully it's louder than the music. Yeah, I was like, oh, that looks so easy. Oh, this is loud enough. Okay.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm dying. Maybe it's not actually that easy. Maybe you have to do this like a bunch of times.
Yeah, I tried that a couple times because it looked easy. It's like, it looks like, oh, you just have to lift up the back and then the box falls. But like the fucking claw thing sucks. They caught me when I tried to record once. Ah. But yeah, it didn't go well. Although later on the trip, Nemu did win me a little Gengar plushie. But I don't know where it is now. I remember like I had it when we were packing to leave. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe it's like still in a suitcase and I just thought it was empty or something when we put it away. Gengar is haunting your house now. Well, I already have another Gengar plushie that I bought. So it would be the second Gengar. This one had a cute, like, I don't know, vacation Miku. This one was super cute. I forget his name. Bond? Yeah, Bond. It had Bond from Spy Family. You could just get a big doggo. Yeah, I saw so many Mikus. But yeah, this good dog. He good boy. Oh, yeah, we went into this place. There was like a new, like, really, it was like this new, like, huge skyscraper building in Shinjuku that had, like, a sort of small arcade and also, like, a giant nightclub in the basement and, like, this really cool food court that I should have taken a picture of. It looked sort of like a night market kind of thing with, like, all the, like, paper lanterns and, like, lots of lights everywhere. But it was just, like, food court with lots of, like, bars and stuff. That sign, the One Piece is real, or at least the trading card game. But anyway, this is a video because this little area was like, there was like a little bar. Oh, hold on, I should turn on capture cursor. Okay, so like over here, there was like a little bar, and like here was like some tables to sit down and stuff. And then over here was like a bunch of big screens. And as you can see when I hit play, like it was, I guess, like a VTuber DJ, like DJing like a party here for something. I don't know what it was, but it looked really cool and people were like jumping up and down and stuff. Here, look. Because like that wasn't like a pre-recorded thing, I don't think. Like that's, I think that was just like a DJ using like a V-Rite avatar. And yeah, people were having a good time. I think it might have been like the VTuber's birthday or something. I don't remember. But yeah, that area was kind of cool. And then yeah, we went to an arcade and found that they have Bomberman for perverts. In case you were like, well, I like Bomberman, okay, but what if there was also hentai in it? Then boy, do I have an arcade game for you. I think this also has like a character from like a really old dating sim made by Konami in it, I think. I think it has Bomber Girl, what is it? Tokimeki Memorial? Yeah, I think it has Shiori from Tokimeki Memorial in it. I think. Yeah. Yup. Yes, I think so. So that's weird. Bomberman but hentai is hell of a combo. I mean, it's not like actually hentai, it's just like, you know, almost. You explode the clothes? I don't know. I didn't play it. The gameplay looked just like normal Bomberman, except there's hot, scantily clad ladies everywhere that you can maybe roll a gacha for. I don't know. I didn't look into it very much. I just took this picture because I thought it was funny. Oh yeah, and Nemu and I played Mai Mai, and she beat me. I forget what song this was, but she beat me at this song by like the smallest. Look at how close that was. Yeah, Nemu loves Mai Mai. It's like her favorite rhythm game. Whenever we're at like arcades with like Japanese rhythm games. But yeah, look at that. She less than 0.2% better score than me. I forget what song that was, though. It might have been, like, the Don Quixote theme song. I don't remember. And then I didn't play Poppin' Music, but they had, Sans was there. Sans Undertale, not my follower, Sans Noise. And then we were really tired also, so we went to sleep. I played, like, Dance Rush, like, once, and then was like, alright, it's time for me to go to bed. So yeah, in the morning we like walked through like this little park near where we were staying, and there was a cool like temple thing around there, so I took this picture. You usually can't like go in there unless you're like having like an event planned in there. Like I think we at one point saw like a wedding going on in one of those with like fairs in there and stuff. But they're always really pretty to look at. And then we went to this really, really tall building that's the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. That like during the day you can go up in elevators super high to like the 40-something floor, and it just has like a nice like I guess not observation deck because it's inside, but like there's just windows on all sides and you can get like a nice view all around of Tokyo. Yeah, like I said earlier, Tokyo very, very big. I think in one of these you can see Mount Fuji. Yeah, this one. In this picture, you can see Mount Fuji, sort of in the distance. It's a little cloudy, but it's right there. Oh, also, if you did not know, usually in Japanese, like the way that like you would refer to like, you know, a named mountain or whatever in English is usually like Mount whatever. In Japanese, it's like, you know, the name of the mountain and then the character for mountain, but the way that it's pronounced when you do that is usually san. So it's like the same as how you would like politely address a person. So if you remember in like Gen 1 of Pokemon, there's that guy named Mr. Fuji. That's a joke in Japanese because it's pronounced the same way that you would say Mount Fuji. So surreal to be able to see over the whole city. Yeah, especially like see over the whole city and also just be very aware of how big it is. That's peak comedy. Yeah. I like knowing Japanese because then I get to understand all the puns. I think this area over here, like with all the trees you can see, I think that's Yoyogi Park. Yeah, it is. Actually, I think this little area here is like a hostel thing. The bot, hey, Flaming Spade, what's up? Yeah, I think this area here is like, I think there's like a school or something, but there's also one of these buildings is like a hostel or like a little hotel thing. And I stayed there once. Like in college, like my school did like, they did like the normal study abroad things, but they also did like shorter. Ugh. Thank you for the hydrate. They also did like shorter. It was like a 5-week thing where like you could go to another country with like some professors and maybe have like sort of a short like 1-hour class during the day, and then the rest of the time is just like either tours and stuff that they have like scheduled for everyone to do, or you can just kind of hang out and do whatever. But yeah, when we were in Tokyo, we like stayed in like a thing over here, right in Yoyogi Park. It was cool. Japan scares me. Why? I went. I had a great time. I've been 4 times now. Yeah, Yoyogi Park is really nice. It's just a big park that is nice. There's like some lakes or ponds, I guess, in it. Everyone is so nice there. If you're a tourist, yeah, generally. And yeah, also in Tokyo Jungle, Yoyogi Park is where the dinosaurs are. Not in real life, though, unfortunately. Although there are some really big crows. And also, if you've never been to Japan, crows in Japan, you know how in, like, Spirited Away, how, like, what's her name? Baba? She, like, has, like, kind of like a big nose, like a bird beak, sort of. And I think she also turns into a bird at one point. So I think the reason why in a lot of Japanese things that there's, like, old lady that, like, you know, I don't know, laughs and sounds like a crow, sort of. That's just because that's what crows sound like in Japan. They just kind of sound like spooky old ladies laughing. It's weird. Maybe I'm just paranoid, but with my luck, I feel like I make a wrong turn and accidentally pull up on IRL Kiryu and get turned into a 2D object. IRL Kiryu would not beat you up, though. He beats up, like, other gangsters. That's like being worried about, like, going to New York and, like, I don't know, just randomly getting shot. Like, it's not gonna happen. Crows are cute. Crows are cute. I have a video of one, actually. Yeah, Kiryu's nice. I mean, the main thing is, like, I don't know. Bird up. Yeah. So yeah, we were walking around Shinjuku a little bit that morning, and I took a picture of this place because, so it's, as you can tell by the flag, it is an Italian restaurant. This says they have pasta and pizza. And it's called Miami Garden. They're, you know, Miami, the city everyone knows from Italy. I don't know why it's named that. I didn't see any crows, but lots of pigeons. Got a couple that like to hang around my house and think of getting something to feed them. Oh yeah, you should do that. I feel like they could have picked a better city, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe there's some weird association in Japan of like, oh yeah, Miami, where you get Italian food. I don't know. But I saw, like, this wasn't the only one either. This is like a franchise. Miami Garden, where you go to get pasta and pizza. Cuban food? No, not at all. Italian food. So yeah, that was fun. We went to Asakusa. It's just like, Sensoji is like really long, like, market street with lots of like street food and like little like souvenir stores and stuff. As you can see, it gets super touristy during the day, but it's fun to go. My dad set up a few bird feeders in our backyard and usually see the same birds. Oh yeah, cool. And then when I have a bird feeder, and we did put like, you know, food in it a couple times, the problem is that the door to our back porch is kind of hard to get to. There's just like a lot of stuff in the way you have to move. So it's been empty for a while. We should go refill it though. Yeah, so there's this big paper lantern here. There's like sort of the start of like the market street thingy. And I think these are like the gods of like thunder and lightning, I think. Yeah, it's like cool to like look around and eat all the foods. This is from if you do ever go there, it's sort of like halfway down the like set of like stalls and stuff. On the left, there's like sort of a more open street. It's usually not anywhere near as crowded as the main one, but also has really, really good street food. Like there's this one place that has this, which is a super juicy and like oniony and beefy korokke, like, you know, like croquette fried thing. Very tasty. Also, dang, my nails look so nice. My nails look like garbage now. Right before we went, Nemu and I both got manicures. And then, yeah, right across from the, like, oniony korokke thing is this. I certainly nailed it. I sure did. So right across from that was this place that has gigantic fried chicken. I guess it is probably just, like, a whole chicken breast, like, butterflied and then probably, like, pounded really flat. I was thinking they looked really good. Oh, thank you. But yeah, this isn't like sticking out of the bag at all. Like, you could not push this down into the bag farther. Like, I didn't like pull it out to take the picture. That's just how big it is. It's huge. It's like thin, so it's like, you know, it's like relatively, I guess, easy to eat, but it's so good. And it was like, I don't know, the $5. Food is super cheap in Japan generally, which is very nice. Because I feel like usually like the most expensive part is getting there. Like the plane tickets are not that much, or well, are a lot, and then the food and like staying there you can usually get for not too much. Oh, hey Misha. You have missed not that much. This is like the first like actual full day when we were in Japan. That same place would be like $12-15 over here. I know, it's awful. Yeah, everything. Also, you don't have to tip at restaurants because they, I think, just actually pay the waitstaff. Wild, compared to America. But yeah, cheap, and like eating food out is like, my fiance would make us go get famichiki every morning. Your fiance is correct. Famichiki is the best. I love it. They pay their staff? I know! Crazy! Wild idea! Or at least, like, you know, there's not like a tipping culture thing. So usually, like, the amount that it says the food is how much you spend, and that's about it. So yeah, what Ash mentioned, famichiki, I don't think I actually took a picture of famichiki at all. So there's convenience stores all around Japan, and they are wonderful, and they're also like every 3 blocks. And a lot of them have like, you know, like hot food, kind of like convenience stores in America, except instead of being like questionable hot dogs and pizza, it just has like good, like cheap, like little things of fried chicken. And Family Mart has famichiki, because it's short for family chicken. And it's really good. It's like a little like bit of like chicken thigh, like fried. It's very tasty. And it's usually like $2. So also around Asakusa there's this nice little like kind of garden area with this waterfall that I thought was really pretty. We have a giant bag of pecans. I assume we'll become the crow person. Yes! Amass your army of crows. Crows are cool. They're smart. Oh yeah, so then also hot tip for people who have not been to Asakusa in Tokyo before. If you go, so like there's the giant temple and stuff that everyone goes, like the Lawson Karaage-kun a bit more. Also good. Crows are so smart, I love them. Easily my favorite bird. One day you'll be able to shout crow army attack. Goals. Yeah, so like there's like the big shopping street thing, and then like gigantic temple at the end, which is very cool and pretty. But like if you go behind the temple and like cross the street, there's a matcha ice cream place. That's really good, and you can get different levels of matcha ice cream. This one, I don't know what this one was. This is like what Nemu's brother got. But I think this was like maybe like a 1 or a 2 on the scale. But you could get like, you know, pretty light on the matcha ice cream like this to like 7, I think was the darkest, and it was like a very, very, very dark green. It's super bitter. And it's like super like light and creamy ice cream. It's very nice. You failed the vibe check. Crow Army, shit on his car. Yes, exactly. And then, oh yeah, because there was like the first like full day in, and we had to get like bullet train tickets for some people, so we, on the way back from Asakusa, just went to Tokyo Station to go deal with that and go buy like bullet train tickets. It tastes like green. It tastes like green tea. We didn't eat at this place. I just took a picture because the funny English. What does it taste like? It tastes like Tim. You beat me to it. Yeah, come on, Vex. I thought you were fast. You got first place today. But yeah, I just like how this said this is the very steak. The big cut of steak. But yeah, a lot of, especially the bigger train stations around Japan have, like, big, like, underground malls under them, that are nice to walk around and, like, usually have lots of restaurants and stuff to eat. And so, we went to Tokyo Station because we had to go get, like, bullet train tickets. But Tokyo Station also has, in the underground mall part, has, there's this area called Ramen Street. There's like 7-ish, I think, really good ramen places that are all like different styles of ramen. They're all really close together. Oh my god, underground malls, just like Persona 5. Yeah, how did you know? And then there's also another area called Character Street, which is lots of like little stores where you can buy like, you know, like character merch. Like there's like a little Pokemon store, you can get lots of Pokemon plushies, and there's like Kamen Rider one. There's I think around the same area is just like a long line of gachapon machines if you just wanted to like get a bunch of those too. But yeah, we went to the ramen street and got this ramen. It was really good. It was like sort of a fishy broth, but not like too fishy. Like almost, but not entirely. Quoting anime in Japan is like a guy coming to the US and speaking exclusively in King of the Hill quotes. Okay, but if someone did that, like, we would love them. Probably missed it, but where did you end up staying while you were there? We were in Akihabara. Oh, we stayed in Shinjuku. It was like maybe like a 10-minute walk from like Shinjuku Station. It was a pretty nice area. It was like close to train stuff and like really close to a Koko Ichibanyo, which was nice. There was like a Sukiya and like a bunch of convenience stores nearby. I liked the area we stayed in. And we just stayed in Airbnbs. They were pretty nice and cheap. Especially because we had kind of a big group. Like in Tokyo it was 5 of us, and then in Osaka it was 7 people, so it's pretty easy to find like just an Airbnb with a shitload of beds. King of the Hill guy would be fun to hang around. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, and you can also see like these metal cups we just had water in, and over here peeking out is Nemu got a highball, which I don't really know why it's not a more popular beverage outside of Japan, but it's like whiskey and I think usually like soda water or ginger ale, and then like a little bit of lemon juice sometimes. It's really good. Goes very well with ramen. I'm like in real time trying to remember what we did in order. Oh right, yeah. So we were still in Tokyo Station and we went to Character Street, and this store was just this. It was just like plushies and like little handbags and stuff of just these little cats with like different, just all different styles, and some of these were dressed as bees. And basically the whole time we were in here, Nemu and I were like, not like actually yelling, but just like kind of whisper yelling to each other, being like, ah, that one's so cute. Oh my god, look at that. That's so cute too. I wanted to buy something from there, but I was like, I'll do it when we come back. And then we didn't. So I forgot to. Oops. Although I did get a hairpin with one of these cats on it from a gachapon. So not completely lost. I love these cats. They open a pop-up in Akiba for a week. Is there a Miku character store? I don't think so. A lot of them are like pop-up things though, so like they're not all like permanent. Oh, there was a Kirby cafe thing. You could get like pastries. You could even just like buy like like dishes and bowls and stuff that were Kirby things. Or well, it wasn't the actual Kirby cafe. It was like a little like mini one. Like it was just like a stand where you could buy the pastries and like the stuff from there, but not actually have to like pay to sit at the cafe. Nemu did get a little plushie of Kirby with like a chef hat and a fork and a knife though. It was really cute. Yeah, I was so tempted to buy one of these. They're so cute. One of my sisters described them as looking like aliens, but I think they're cute. I'm gonna furnish my whole house with Kirby. If you don't see the Kirby dishes, I don't like you. Hello, I would like to buy the Max Tomato from Kirby, please. The bet they had, it was a thing of like, it was like a ceramic Kirby with like doing like a like you know, big mouth open thing. Because I think at the actual cafe, if you order like this like sub roll sandwich thing, they serve it to you in that. Like they just put the sandwich in Kirby's mouth and serve it to you that way on a plate. Get me the Kirby burger. I think they do have one, and like they like brand the bun so it looks like Kirby's face. Yeah, so there's a very cute cat store that I should have bought something from. A Kamen Rider store. Very cool. I'm not like super into Kamen Rider, but I have seen what is it? Futo PI is like the anime sequel from of like Kamen Rider Double. Oh, I would like Tubby Toast from Teletubbies. But yeah, Character Street was fun. We did some gachapon stuff there too. And then I think we just went back to our Airbnb and like hung out before going out again at night. Kirby burger, but it's just a comically large burger. It is meant to feed Kirby. You're also supposed to eat it in one bite, no chewing. Yeah, so in Shinjuku, there's this little side area called Omoide Yokocho. That's like this, not even very long, but like just a little like side street kind of with lots of different like bars and places like all on the sides. All with like very limited seating. Like they might have like 10 seats at most. And a lot of them are like when it's nice out, just like kind of open. To like outside anyway. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the weather was super nice the whole time we were there. It was like, I don't know, like 70 or 80 during the day, and then at night it would get down to like 60 or so. It was super, super nice for walking around. It was really, really good. I think it only rained like maybe once or twice, I think, also. We were pretty lucky with the weather. But yeah, this area is really cool. Lots of like really small and like chill bars and like places. There was like one place that was doing tempura. I think some other places had like, you know, like the classic izakaya bar stuff. And you can get like drinks and then like just skewers of different meats and stuff. But we did go to one place in here that was, I forget the name of it. But it was 3 floors, because some of these are kind of stacked on top of each other, but this one was 3 floors, all of which were like very small. But we ended up sitting on the very top floor, which had like a balcony that you could look out over like the whole street. So I took a picture like this. And the bar was only on the 1st floor, so the way that you ordered, if you were on like the 2nd or 3rd floor, was there's like a PA system. Like you would press a button to like call down to the bar and be like, "Hello, I would like this drink. Please bring it up." Yeah, it was really fun and cool to just like sit there. Although at one point there was Let me get the isekai drink and it knocks me out so bad I wake up in re-zero. Isn't that just strong zero? If you drink enough of them. But yeah, it was really cool. There was like nice little chill like cushions and like benches and stuff to sit down on. Although at one point there was a cockroach, and then I got scared and had to got up and like sat at the opposite end of the room with my drink. Because I don't like bugs, and I didn't want it to be near me. But yeah, we stayed here sort of late, I guess. No, bugs, no. Strong Zero, scary little shit, has no alcohol. Yeah, shochu drinks are amazing. They do not taste like alcohol at all, and by amazing, I mean dangerous and sort of scary. Because it just tastes like sweet, and whatever flavor it is. Imagine being afraid of roaches. Motherfucker that's afraid of all bugs. Doesn't that make sense? You don't like bugs, Miss Robot? I guess I was gonna be like, computer bugs are different. But historically, the reason they're called bugs is because the first time it was an actual like moth or something. Because when computers were like huge and room-sized, like there was like, oh, like something's wrong, the computer's not working. They checked inside and there was like a moth in there that like broke something. So it was a bug. I died and got reincarnated as an isekai drink in another world. It just reminded me I watched a guy buy Jack and Coke in a can for breakfast one day. Debugging is literal. That's how, yeah, that's actually how like the phrase like debugging and like computer bug started. It was an actual bug. Because computers used to be the size of a whole room. It was like if you needed to put a computer in a building, you had to add a floor to that building that was just the computer. Yeah, fun computer fact. Oh yeah, also speaking of the thing Ash said, not this time I don't think, but last time when we were on the bullet train, there was like this old businessman sitting across from me in the aisle, and he had in his, like, you know, the front compartment in the seat, he had 2 empty cans of Strong Zero, and I saw him reach into his bag, take a third one out, open it, and start drinking. And, like, it was like 11 a.m. on a Thursday. This old man was just getting destroyed. Never take Zero on a walk in Louisiana. You'll be taking gnats out of his circuits to the end of time. I mean, hopefully not. Just like, I don't know, give me some bug spray, it'll be fine. Businessmen get tore up for breakfast. Yeah, like apparently. But yeah, so we were here drinking for a while. It was nice. I think also, of the 5 of us that were here, I think maybe I was just drinking faster or something. My man is fighting some demons. Gotta get hammered before your 30-hour work shift. Likely, honestly. But yeah, while we were up on this balcony, I don't know if I was just drinking faster or something, but I was the only one that got drunk. Like, not like super drunk, but like I was definitely like more drunk than everyone else. It was kind of funny. Nemu was excited because usually she doesn't get to see me drunk, because usually she gets way too drunk way too fast because she is very small. And then doesn't get to experience me being drunk. Not small. You are small. What do you mean? I thought people drinking cola at 8 in the morning in college was weird. Definitely did that during high school, drinking cola in the morning. Bro said I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Was drinking with the cola, forgetting his name by the end of the night. I'm the biggest. What do you like while drunk? I don't know. I talk really fast. And if I'm sitting on a couch, I will probably sit very wrong on it. Like, usually like upside down when I get like really drunk, I'll like sit like, you know, like, so like if your legs were like up in the air and like your back is on the part that normally you would be like, you know, putting your butt on in a couch. I guess? Yeah, I talk really fast. I sit weird. Zero sitting on couch gone wrong. Yeah, kind of. I don't really drink that much anymore, just because it's a lot more effort than just being high, which is way easier. Like, you don't have to worry about like a hangover or anything. But weed is like hyper illegal in Japan, so like, you know, we didn't try to bring any or anything, obviously. So we just drank, and it was fun. I think also, because I've been on like HRT for like several years at this point, I think I get drunk faster now. Although like not drinking nearly as often also probably has something to do with that too. So I don't know. What do you mean that's not the right way to sit on the couch? I do that. Turbo illegal. Yeah, it was great. No alcohol tolerance, Megamind face. Uh-oh. It probably didn't help that, like, I think I forget what did we eat for dinner? Maybe we didn't. I don't remember anymore. Cause like I took pictures pretty much every time we ate food. So like this was lunch. Yeah, maybe we just had like snacks and then went here, and that's why I got really drunk. I don't know. I guess I should do a drinking stream at some point. Just like get some soju or something. Very little CBD stuff over there, so that's a start. Oh yeah, I did too. It was funny because it was like, you know, they were trying to be like, yeah, weed, but it's like, it's just CBD. You're not really gonna get high. 2 times I got drunk, it was really funny, and I was self-conscious and kept asking the others to watch me. Japan is nice for like just kind of hanging out at night, chilling and drinking though, because like even if you go to like a little like bar or izakaya thing, like drinks are usually pretty cheap. Or even if you don't do that, all of the convenience stores, most of which are open 24 hours, sell alcoholic drinks and like cocktails and cans that are like pretty good and also hilariously cheap. Like the thing that I've mentioned a couple times already, Strong Zero, is it's a chuhai, which is like shochu highball drink. So it's like shochu, which is pretty alcoholic and doesn't really have a very strong flavor, especially when you mix it with things. And then like seltzer, like ginger ale or whatever, and then like some flavor of like whatever. So I think the pretty common ones are like lemon sour, like Strong Zero lemon. It just tastes like lemon. But it is like a very tall can that you can get for like 200 yen, which is like $1. And it's very strong. But also like drinking in public is legal in, I think, most cities in Japan. So like, you know, it's easy to just like hang out and get stuff from convenience stores and just like sit down somewhere nice and drink and hang out. It's nice. Drinking stream idea, play one of the Dark Souls games, 1 shot for every death, 2 shots for every boss defeated. I think I would die, both in the game and real life. I mean, I do have Dark Souls 1, 2, and I think 3 on Steam. I've like beaten them all before. God. I was super shocked how easy it is to buy alcohol. It just pops up a button that says, you 20? Yeah. Well, I think also, especially for like, if you are like a foreigner, like they don't really care as much. I think they check a little bit more if, I don't know, if they think they should. But yeah, most of the time, like, you just, they don't even check ID. Like, if you're at a convenience store buying a drink, it just pops up a little thing on a touchscreen that's just like, you have to be 20 to buy this, and you can just press the big button that's like, yes, I'm 20. That's drinking age in Japan. Publicly drunk wouldn't look good anywhere else. Don't tell Lily, because she'll never let me hear the end of it, but like, I'm considering getting on HHT when I'm not broke as shit. Hell yeah! Wait, why would she give you shit for that? Lily! She's also told me she's like thinking about doing it, maybe. Just put a shit post on your stream layout every time you die. Oh, that would get good. you're a foreigner, they just raise an eyebrow, and that's about it. Yeah, I get, like, if you're a foreigner and, like, look super young, I guess. But, nah. I mean, I'm 30. I'm allowed to drink everywhere. Like, Lily has been calling it since frame 1, and I don't want to give it... Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I won't tell her then. Unless she's already here. I don't think so, though. I think she's at work. Which doesn't really mean she's not watching streams, but... congrats on figuring that out, though, I guess. Yeah, so we hung out at this cool bar for a while. I got a little more drunk than everyone else. And then on the way back, I think it was just like me, Nemu's brother, and my sister's partner. We went to the Sukiya nearby. She's not here. So Sukiya, there's also like Matsunoya, I think, is another one, and Yoshinoya. They're all like big chains of like gyudon places, like beef bowl. It's like this thing, like big bowl of rice with like thin sliced beef and onions and like really tasty sauce. And a lot of them are open 24 hours, or at least very, very, very late. So like if you go to one at like 3 a.m., you will, one, probably not be the only people in there, and two, no, that is meat. Don't worry, it's meat. I'll get to it. And two, there may be some old like Japanese men in business suits that look pretty drunk, that are just like nursing themselves back to health with a big bowl of rice and beef. And it's really good and really cheap. This whole thing was like 750 yen, which is like $5. What's your opinion on Moss Burger? Positive. We didn't go this time, but I do love Moss Burger. It's like, yeah, it's like a nice like fast food burger chain. I like that you can get the spicy double Moss Burger thing. Is good, and I also really like that you can get the burger where the buns are toasted rice cakes. Moss Burger? It's just the name of a chain in Japan. There might also be some in California. I think there are some, like, Japanese franchises that have, like, a couple locations in California on, like, the West Coast. My god, Mega Beef Bowl from Persona 4. Sort of, except they have it all the time instead of only on rainy days. Chris and Susie would eat Moss Burger. But yeah, so this on the right is a Japanese style burger, which is, I think, usually like a mixture of beef and pork. Need to bring more things to the Midwest and the East Coast. Nemo and I make a bunch of Japanese food at home. Yeah, need me a Family Mart. Yeah, what the hell? Convenience stores are so good in Japan, and even like 7-Eleven, like the Japanese branch of the company, bought the rest of the company, so it's a Japanese-owned company now. And the 7-Elevens in the US need to step up their fucking game. Great, where the fuck are we? But yeah, I got this gyudon and some green tea, and this was a Japanese burger with like a demi-glace sauce. It was really good. Very tasty. This healed me from being drunk. A lot of also, I noticed this time, like a lot of the like chains or like franchise places around Japan have like little touchscreen things where like this one even just has English on it. I think actually all of the ones I saw did. So like it's pretty easy to go to like places like this and just order food, because you just order off of a little touchscreen and they just bring you the food, and then you like go up to the cash register to pay. So even if you don't speak much Japanese, you're fine. Because the menu will have English, and it is also an electronic menu, and you also don't have to talk to anybody. Which is also nice if you have social anxiety. But yeah, this was really nice. This was like, I don't know what time it was. It was late. But yeah, we ate this and then like went around the corner to our Airbnb and went to sleep. Let's go, I can order food without talking to people. Yeah, there's other places that have basically like a little vending machine out front that you like pick what foods and what toppings and whatever drink or whatever you want from that. and then you pay, and you print out like little tickets, and you just hand the tickets to someone at the counter. And again, also, you don't have to say anything, and then they just hand you the food that you ordered, and that's it. That was my issue over there, social anxiety, not being able to understand the language. Oh no! I would say at least knowing, like, how to read katakana can be nice. Because, like, they have 3 alphabets, 2 of them are not super big, and then one of them is kanji, which is the really complicated characters that they borrowed, quote-unquote, from China. But a lot of... If you can read katakana, a lot of times they use that for, like, foreign words, especially English words, and they use them a lot. Like, here, this says... So the, like, katakana is just, like, syllables, basically. So, like, this says demi-bag, which is just, like, demi-glace sauce burger. Which is what this is. But yeah, I like the places where you can order without talking to people. It's nice. Like, I like being able to practice Japanese because I need to do that, but it is also nice to just be able to, like, look at the menu, see what you want, press button, receive food, leave. We didn't go, but there's, like, Ichiran, I think? Ichiran ramen is, like, the big extreme solitude eating ramen. I think there's actually one in New York at this point. But, like, that's a place where, like, you order ramen using, like, these little, like, cards at your table, and also your table is, like, you have, like, basically, like, walls on either side and in front of you, so, like, it is just you, and no one talks to you, and you're not supposed to talk, also. You just, like, go in and, like, pick the ramen you want, they bring you the food, you eat quietly, and then leave. But yeah, this was the late night second dinner we had. It was nice. Oh yeah, I got one of these at a convenience store. I usually like to, when I'm in Japan, like, whenever we're, like, walking back to, you know, like, the hotel or Airbnb or wherever we're staying, like, I'll just like to stop at a convenience store and then get, like, I don't know, like, a bottle of green tea and then just, like, a thing to eat for breakfast in the morning, like a little pastry, like a donut or something. And I got this because you can eat these Metal Gear Solid 3. It's basically just, like, an energy bar, like a little breakfast bar thing. Yeah, it's the Metal Gear Solid 3 thing. Playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and having an emotional moment watching the stream that's all happy and good vibes gives me crazy tonal whiplash. Yeah, I had this one. I think there's different flavors. This one was chocolate. It's kind of just like a powdery, like, I don't know, sort of cookie bar thing. Mate block is what they call my corner of the prison. I'm sorry. I also, like, I didn't have to buy this here. Like, I'm pretty sure even, like, 7-Elevens in the US have these now. But yeah, it's Calorie Mate block. It's just like I don't know, breakfast bar thing. I had it because I was like, haha, Metal Gear thing, Naked Snake eats this, and then he goes, that was great. It was pretty good. It's all right. So, yeah, sometimes tasty. They have bigger ones also. This was like the half size one. There was ones that was like just a square. I don't know how to explain this picture. That's damn good. Yeah, so the next day we went to Shibuya. I didn't take any pictures because I don't know, I've been there before, but I should have for like this stream. Is this the dentist? I don't know. Hopefully. We didn't go in. We just walked past it and I was like, oh my teeth, what the fuck is that? I don't know what it is. could probably... Hold on. Let me take out my phone and try to translate the bottom part. This came in handy a lot, because Google Translate on your phone can, like... You can just take a picture, and it'll... Oh, okay, it's an orthodontics place. So yeah, yes. Thankfully, it is a medical teeth place. Okay, that's a lot less weird then. Well, no, the name is still weird, but at least I know that it is related to teeth. You can go there for braces. But yeah, this was near Omotesando, which is sort of near Shibuya and Harajuku. There's like this really, really long shopping street. This was kind of like off to the side of that. We did a bunch of shopping this day. It was cool. Oh, right. So here is a video. Let me pause the music for a sec. So here is a video that I took because I want you guys to hear what crows sound like. There it is. But like, do you see what I mean though? Like they don't sound as much like crows. Like it just sounds like a person. It just sounds like some old lady going like, like going to the I'm tired and the House of Pivotal and also the florist. But yeah, they're some of them sound even more like old ladies than that one did. It's weird. Yeah, so for lunch this day we went to this cool place that had it was like you could get I think yakisoba or monjayaki or okonomiyaki. But they just bring you like bowls of like the ingredients and then you just cook it yourself on this big griddle in front of your table. I don't think any of these had crab in them. On the bottom right, that one has mushrooms in it. But yeah, if you've never had okonomiyaki, so in Japanese, yaki just means like grilled, and okonomi sort of just means like whatever you like. So it's sort of just like grilled whatever you want. But usually it's like, you know, there's like egg and kind of this floury batter and a bunch of cabbage, and then usually like I don't know, like pork belly or bacon or some kind of meat or more vegetables or something for yaki. Off topic, I just found a Christmas Carol Metroidvania on the PSN store. What the fuck? What? It's the Force Grill. But yeah, we got these and cooked them ourselves, and it was very nice. It was fun to do ourselves. And then we went to Harajuku and went to Takeshita Street, which is sometimes also called Cat Street. It's just like, it's in many animes and video games. It's like sort of touristy street with lots of like crepe and like pastry places and lots of like weird cool clothing stores and stuff. Also, you can sort of see it like right there. See that weird little sun thing right there? And there's some text on the wall. I took a picture of what it says because it made me laugh. Yeah, I played 12. Yeah, you see? It just said stressed as dessert spelled backwards, which was such a like white lady thing. I thought it was funny. What is this other thing on the? Remember, you are the one that can fill the world with sunshine. Wow, true, accurate. I can. But yeah, there was a lot of cool. Even if I took. We'll get to that one. There's a lot of like cool, like alt fashion, just like weird clothing stores around here. I can feel the metal leaving my body. No! Shopping Street's the only place I had an issue because 2 guys started following me and my fiance going, hey bro, hey, trying to get us to follow them somewhere. Oh no, that sucks. Damn. My god, it is. How did I never realize that? But yeah, there was this really cool sort of like punky goth shoe store that had lots of like platform boots. I wanted to get one, but the biggest size they had, it wasn't like normal shoe sizes. It was just like small, medium, large, extra large. And the extra large was a little too small for me. Like I could put my foot in there, but it was like kind of squeezing my foot on all sides. So I didn't get anything, which was sad. Nemu did though. The extra large like was like a tiny bit too big for her, but like it fit like most of the way. And then we just put like little like heel insert thingies. So she got some cool boots. Also found a tag on a small store for some clothes that said fucking limited. I think there was like, I don't know if it was like just some like English translation software that like, I don't think it's used as much anymore. It's like some old outdated version of it that for some reason used to translate, like, this was like in China, like it would translate like the character in Chinese for like dry as fucking. And like the people using the software usually couldn't speak English, which is why they were using it. So they just saw like, I don't know, translated it to something in English. I'm gonna put this on my grocery store signs. So that's why you see sometimes like pictures of like a Chinese grocery store with like the section that's like fucking vegetables. I really want to see a sign that says limited fucking. We're running low. Yeah, and I guess also there was, I guess at some point, people in Japan thought that fucking meant like very or something. So they put it all over places, and then someone started telling them that's not what that means. In some cases, not wrong. Yeah. Yeah. So it is fucking funny. Yeah. I mean, it does mean very sometimes, but it's not something you should really put on like gigantic store signs everywhere. So yeah, this place had lots of cool like crepe and pastry stuff. And also, I'm assuming this was just like, you know, lots of like strawberry pastries and dessert things. We didn't go in there or anything, but yeah, sometimes they'll just use English words in ways that if you speak English, it's like not completely wrong, but like you can see how they got there. All I'm saying is at least one person went into the limited fucking store and left disappointed. Yeah. It's just not enough again to go around. It says fuck free size fucking limited. So, yeah, this place is called Strawberry Fetish. I don't know. Maybe they know. Maybe this is on purpose. Or maybe they were like, oh, fetish, that's where you like something, right? So this is a shop for people that like strawberries. The normal amount. You know, they got good strawberries? I would fucking hope so. Yo! Yay! Tipsy Lays, thank you for the 4 months. Hell yeah. I would like some Persona music to go with my Persona music. What's up? I'm talking about my trip to Japan. It was really fun. Also, currently we're talking about Strawberry Fetish. You know, the shop that sells strawberry desserts. Actually, thinking about it, you could totally open a place in like the US, call it Chocolate Fetish, and like people would know what you mean. Like you could have renamed Max Brenner's to Chocolate Fetish and it would be the same place. Oh, my wife. Hello, Nemu. How's it going? On the couch over there. She's watching K-drama. At least I think she was. What a fine establishment. Yes. Oh, yeah. So I just noticed it says don't take pictures. Whoops. I don't see any cops. This outfit is amazing, and I love it. It was probably really expensive. We like didn't look in this store. It just had lots of like, you thug. Yeah, that's right. I'm a criminal, taking pictures of clothes. But yeah, this was extremely cool. I wish I could wear this. Someone draw me wearing this. But yeah, it's probably really expensive. The price tag there says $59.80, which is like maybe like $40, but I think that is just for like this bottom corset belt part with the chains. I think that's just that part costs like $40. I got some cool art I just saw. Oh yeah, my Halloween costume. Stand by, summoning artist friends. Yes, thank you. It just looks like it's such a cool like supervillain outfit. I love the shoulder pauldrons and the little mask and the hat. It's good. There was also a kebab stand that had, I guess, big French fries, long potato. Long potato. Like, it makes sense, because a lot of the time they just will say potato for French fry, like the English word potato. Like, even in katakana, it'll just be written as, like, potato is French fries. You got a reference if when I... Oh, yeah. In my Discord, there's references in my art channel. Thanks. Pointing left emoji, pointing right emoji. Oh god, I know where that is. I hit there so many times. It's on the back side of the arcade. Ah. Should be more represented. Yeah, it looked good. I didn't eat there, but it looked tasty. I think we saw like a falafel cart once too. Unless they have multiple places. Probably. I think this was like a little stand that I think I saw in multiple locations. I like also just the American flag behind long potato. Yeah, and then we went to Yoyogi Park and hung out for a little bit, and I took a picture of this duck. It was a cute duck. That's about it. And then we had to go, because we had to go to Ikebukuro, because we made a reservation at the Muscle Girl Bar! Which was super fun. They keep eating burgers in anime when they should really eat kebabs. So the Muscle Girl Bar is sort of like a maid cafe in that you have to like pay for like time, except it was a bar, so you drink mostly, and there's not really food. And instead of teenagers in maid outfits, it is adult women who are very fit, serving you drinks and encouraging you to work out, and it's great. Moko works here. Yeah, so this was, they have like a tourist-only deal thing. It was like 5,000 yen for an hour of unlimited drinks, and you also get like a couple other things. So that's what we did, and it was great. Highly recommend if you ever are in Tokyo, especially around Ikebukuro, make a reservation and go here. It's super fun. This glass was huge. It's maybe hard to tell from the photo, but it was really, really, really big. This I got Cassis with orange juice. I don't know why it's not popular in other places, but creme de cassis is like a blackcurrant liquor, and there's a lot of cocktails with it in, I don't know, in Japan at least, and I like having it with orange juice. It's tasty. And also is very sweet and doesn't taste like alcohol. But yeah, I got this. I think I also have a video. They do like a little dance thing, which is not as much a dance as much as just them kind of posing to music. But is this the one? No, this is like when they were about to do it. Oh yeah, there were also some like minor YouTube celebrities there while we were there. These people over here were their YouTube channels like Ya Boy Roshi. They do like I think mostly just like reacting to anime episodes and stuff. But it was funny because like they came in and I like sort of thought they looked familiar, but I wasn't sure why. And then they were telling one of the girls there like, oh yeah, we're like do like YouTube videos and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's where I recognize you guys from. Yeah, here, let me do their little video thing that I took. They like encourage you to take videos and pictures of everybody. They also do a Twitch stream like basically the whole time they're open. I didn't know that until I was there. I was sort of on camera the whole time. But yeah, as you can see, there's like a workout machine over here, and there's like a chest press challenge you could do. Because you could pay 1,000 yen for 10 muscle bucks, which you could then use on like a little menu they have to like take a picture with one of them, or to make them pick you up, or to make them slap you or something. Or if you do the chest press thing, you can you just get 10 for free. You have to do like I think there's like 55 reps of like a certain weight for men and a certain weight for women. If you're on camera, clip that. I mean, the VOD's still up on their channel, I think. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, though. I looked cute. It's fine. But yeah, so the other thing I wanted to point out was that their like dance thingy they do, which is again mostly just them like flexing. First song they do is "Born This Way." But yeah, it's cute. They're just kind of posing to music. The reason that like some of them are facing that way is because that's where like the Twitch camera is. You watching my homie go to the Muscle Girl bar and order an extra large knuckle sandwich. Alright, we don't need to watch the whole thing. This is more of the same thing. But yeah, great time. Like, anytime someone would be like, I'm gonna go do like the chest press challenge thing, they would all be like, yeah! And like everyone's like cheering the whole time. It was super fun. And yeah, they stream every time they're open, so probably like weird hours, but for if you're not in Japan or like Australia. But yeah, they just stream. I think most of them speak English. It was fun to just like hang out and talk to them while we were there. I took more pictures there, but it was of Nemu getting princess carried by one of them. So I took that picture out because her face is in it. I mean, I could have like put her face over it, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Before we went, Nemu was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna arm wrestle one of them." And then, but when we actually got there, I was like, "Okay, so that's not on the actual like the menu of things you can order, but you could probably still ask." And Nemu was like, "No, no, they're too strong. They look too strong." And then, so yeah, she just made one of them carry her instead, which was cute. Oh yeah. Also, while we were there, so like Nemu went up, did like the chest press challenge thing, and succeeded, and got like the free muscle bucks. And then, like one of the muscle girls was over like talking to me and Nemu as Nemu came back, and I was like, haha, yeah, Nemu, my wife, very strong. And at first, I think she didn't think I meant it like actually. And then I was like, no, really. I like showed her the ring, and she was like, and got like really excited. It was really cute. Big fan of her. She was the one that Nemu then later asked to carry her. She said we were brave. It was very cute. I liked being there. They were all really nice. And then we were still in Ikebukuro, which I kind of wanted to spend more time in, like during the day, but we were busy shopping. Because Ikebukuro, I've heard, is also like sort of like Akiba, has lots of like anime figurine stores and arcades and stuff. But we did go to this one arcade at night, around there before heading back. And actually, before the Muscle Girl bar, we went to. We were just trying to find a place to like quickly get food before going to the bar to get a lot of drinks. And it was this tiny, I think like Indonesian or Thai place. that had like some seats outside, and you just order like using like WhatsApp on your phone. It like opens a web page, and you can just like queue things up. And we got a bunch of snacks there and like some drinks and stuff. Bro, I get asked when I wanted a regular ass restaurant and nearly cry. The Muscle Girl bar would kill me. Oh no! Maybe if you went with some friends, it would be okay. Oh, the other thing you can do, which Nemu's brother did, is you can give them muscle bucks, and then they will squeeze a grapefruit into your mouth. And then also, well, like a little bit in your mouth, and then the rest in like a glass, and they'll add some like alcohol, and then you get a drink. So yeah, I took this picture because this was a claw game thing, but it just looked like this dog plushie was in jail. So, wait, did I run out of music? No, I paused it. Okay, anyway, we're back. So yeah, Muscle Girl Bar, extremely good, very fun. Highly recommend going. And then was that the same day? I guess so. I refuse to get you checked in the Muscle Girl Bar. I'm sorry. No, they're nice. It's fine. So yeah, we went back to Shinjuku and went out to go drink a little bit more. Yeah, this just says this is alcohol on it, both in English and Japanese. I just took a picture because I thought it was funny how, like, I don't know. I don't do that anywhere else. I've never seen a glass in a bar in the US be like, this is alcohol. That's what this says. Kore wa osake desu. But yeah, so we went to Torikizoku, which is like a izakaya chain that's like all over Japan. A lot of them are open super late. And almost everything there, including the drinks and all of the like little snacks and like things on sticks, are like 300 yen-ish or less. This was, I think I got a lemon sour. It's like, you know, shochu with lemon. And yeah, they got nice tasty snacks and drinks, and it's a good time. I don't remember if we did anything else. We might have just like gone to an arcade again and then went to sleep. We were trying not to like drink a whole lot every night. There was at least one time when like 3 of us had hangovers, which was not amazing. Which is mostly why we were trying not to drink every night, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. Although you can also just get like, this is so bad. You can also just get like Pocari Sweat or like Aquarius or like sort of like Gatorade in Japan. Yeah, we forgot one time. After that though, every time before going to sleep, we would just make sure to like chug an entire Pocari Sweat or Aquarius, and then we'd be fine in the morning. Magic. Oh yeah, so this was some of the stuff I bought when we went clothes shopping. I kind of wish I got more stuff, but I didn't want to buy. So I got these 2 cool shirts at this place called Soso that had like, they make like sort of modern-ish clothing out of like traditional Japanese fabrics. It was kind of cool. So I got these 2 shirts. This one is just like sort of a t-shirt, but sort of in like, I don't know, looks cool. And then this one's just like a collared shirt that I'd probably like wear layered with other stuff. And I got this cool Miku Harajuku canvas bag. And this Miku, remembering the time my uncle bought a bottle of totally legal booze TM, and I suffice to say I struggled to go upstairs by the end of the night. Oh no! Yeah. So this Miku figurine I saw in a claw game, and I was like, that looks really cool. Like, I actually like want that, like, not just to like try once. So instead of trying at the claw game at all, I just Googled it and found on Amazon Japan that I could get it for 1,000 yen with free delivery to like a family mart near the Airbnb where we were staying. So I did that instead, and then just went to go pick it up. And now this is on my desk. I have this Miku. It was like $7. It was cool also because I saw this later when we were in like Akiba and like other, you know, places with, you know, anime figures and stuff. And I saw this for like twice the price of that. It was like 2,000 yen there. Pretty good. That sweet sweat. Yeah, I love Pocari Sweat. You can get it in America, but they're cowards and they changed the name to Pocari Sport. I've heard so much on crane games. I usually try not to. Like, sometimes it's fun to do like a couple tries on a thing, but like, they're sort of made to basically only actually work like 1 out of every like 100 tries. Like, otherwise, like the claw thing just on purpose lets go. Doesn't taste the same here though. Yeah, it's not quite as good. Same with CC Lemon. Sad. But yeah, so this was some stuff I bought. The list of things I bought will only get larger. Oh yeah, we went to this place that I think my sister found. I don't know where she found it, but it was like the best udon I've ever had. It was so good, and also really, really cheap. The place was like, you order from a vending machine, and then you just give it to like the people in the kitchen, and they just hand you a tray with your thing. And they didn't even have seats. It was just like tall tables, and like you're supposed to like stand up and eat and then leave. And we could tell that like, because I think we were there like, like a Thursday or no, I guess Friday afternoon. Yeah. And so we could tell that like, aside from us, the tourists, everyone else there was clearly just like on their lunch break. But this was super, super good. Like the tempura shrimp was super crispy. There is also like, this big thing here is not just a pile of tempura flakes. That is like a whole like chicken thigh tempura. It was really, really good. I loved this. Huge fan. And yeah, we ate here and then went to like a little cafe nearby and then split up because this trip was sort of also, even though we invited our siblings, our honeymoon, like Nemo and I, because we got married a couple years ago and had a wedding last year. Udon greater than ramen? That I will disagree with you on. I like ramen better, but udon can also be very good. Like, this one was extremely good. I loved this. I think Nemu also likes udon better than ramen. You eat the honeymoon? No, I don't think so. The bro college student ramen on top. Yeah, but like instant ramen is different from like an actual like, I don't know, not non-instant ramen. It'd make a nice good giant dessert. Oh, yeah. Thick ramen. Yeah. I don't know, I like ramen-y, like nice like egg noodles. They're so good. I'd both actually adore non-instant ramen. Oh yeah. Just making sure. Yeah. Because even in Japan, like ramen is pretty cheap. So is udon. Like these, you can get a bowl like this for like $5. A moon-shaped dessert covered in honey, like at a wedding or something. Oh. No, I didn't have those. I think, yeah, so I think the picture after this is just going to our like, so yeah, anyway, this was our sort of honeymoon. So like we did like basically one night at like a fancy onsen hotel, because we wanted to do that. Also because it has like a private, so like most of the hotels like that will have like a big public onsen that you can go use. I really wish we had these for $5. I know, same. They're so good. Like here you could get like something like this for $5, but it would be like the instant soup version of it, and there would not be the tempura shrimp and chicken with it. It would just be noodles and soup. So sad. Oh yeah, there was also like a little pepper. Whoops. There. That was also very good. But yeah, food is so cheap. I love it. It's cheap and really, really good. But yeah, so this was our fancy onsen hotel thing that we went to a little bit after this. Both because we wanted to do onsen thing and just like chill in a bath, but I'm trans and probably wouldn't be allowed in either side, and Nemu wouldn't want to go because she doesn't want to have to stare at old ladies. And you come back, spend triple the cost and a third the flavor. I know. We'll get to that in a bit, I promise. There's a more glaring example of it. You can only have one good or cheap. I know, it's sad. I hate it. But yeah, so we did a like fancy hotel thing that had like a little private onsen, like on a little like outdoor private balcony thing. It was super nice. It was nice to relax. So this was just, we were like walking in the train station and there's this poster that was like, hey, don't beat people up. I guess especially not like the people working there. But I liked the picture because it was two cats fighting and also it says Damenya. Which would be like if you tried to say like, I don't know, meow and bad at the same time. My ancient ass could never go to an onsen. Well, before I knew I was trans, I did go to one once. I just kind of stared up at the ceiling mostly, or like straight ahead because I'm taller than most of the people there, so I just didn't look at anybody. But like the private ones are nice because it's just like a big hot tub kind of thing. But yeah, this is a good poster. I like the cats. There was also just this tanuki thing in the underground train station. I don't know. Power move, stare everyone directly in the eyes. No! Friends said they wouldn't get in one, afraid to be part of the soup. It's just a big hot tub. Come on. Get in. The soup is fine. Only look at their knees. Oh yeah, so then we actually got on the bullet train, and if you've never been on one, if very fast. Here, I took a video. The little black numbered things that are going by very fast, I think those are kilometer markers of like 10 each. I think. Yeah. It go fast. It's kind of cool too, because it doesn't like feel like it really, like when you're on the train. Like, it doesn't feel like you're gonna like fall over or anything. My older brother is currently explaining plot holes of Naruto to my father downstairs. Does your dad care about anime at all, or is he just being held hostage by your brother? Do you think a tanuki's ball sack can stretch up to 10 square feet? Yes. I know this. I do not think this. Both. But yeah, we got to the little, like, I don't know, sort of coast town we were at. It was Atami, I think? Yeah, because the name of the hotel had Atami in it. I took this nice picture of like this little river as we were walking to our hotel from the train station. And then, hold on, I need to mute the music again because I don't know. So, you know in Animal Crossing, how like you can customize the little melody that plays every hour or so in your town? I think that's what this is. I think like some like smaller towns in Japan do like a little like thing for like announcements or whatever. However, if you're not expecting it, and also this one in particular sounded scary as fuck. So I started taking a video because Nemo and I were just walking to our hotel going like, what the fuck is that noise? What the fuck is that noise? I didn't realize I was in Persona 4. What the fuck? Why is that going on? Is it done? It's 4:30. I thought they would play those like on the hour. What the fuck? Hello. What's going on? Yeah, I was too scared to think about Silent Hill. My brain went to Persona. But yeah, that was like actually scary. Like it was like during the middle of the day, so like neither of us were like, I don't know. Like if that happened at night, we would have just like left. I don't know. We would have just like gotten back on the train and like gone home. I don't know why that one sounded so scary. The main characters can hear the background music. Your goofy ass walked directly into a horror movie. I know. Cool feature though. Yeah, you know, 4:30 every day in Atami, they just play the jump scare music. Oh, this was like right in front of the hotel. This was also super pretty. So yeah, then we got to our super fancy hotel and checked in, and it was really nice. Me when I walk into a house and the tension building music plays. Oh no. Yeah, it had like one of those like kind of recessed bottom table things. There was a big TV over here, which we mostly just like, it was on when we like checked in and we're just playing like ambient relaxing music. So that was nice. Here's spooky sound. What was that? And checks it out. Well, sometimes. There was one time where I like woke up late at night. How many pics is that this far? Let me check. Okay, so from here to... Oh, this is... There are so many more. I gotta go faster. This is 57 out of 321. So yeah, this was really nice. We had like yukata like in the room for us, and we did have to figure out how to put on the obi, like the fancy like belt thing. I like Googled a tutorial because like obviously you don't have to, but like for like the dinner thing, like you can wear it and feel fancy. And we did because we wanted to. The putting on the belt thing was like easy if you had another person to help. Although I guess also if you grew up in Japan as a lady, you would probably also just kind of figure out eventually how to do it on your own. But yeah, it's it was hard. You have to like hold it in this one part, and then like if you have a second person, it's easy because they just hold it and you kind of like spin around and wrap it around yourself, and then you like tie a bow and then shift it to the back. Anyway, yeah, very nice hotel. I liked this. This was our fancy private onsen. There were like, we had like, it was like an outdoor view, but there were like walls on the side, so it wasn't like anyone was gonna like sneak in or anything. But this was super nice. You could like control like the temperature, and like how much like cold or hot water was going in, and then I think this was to like mix it so it wasn't just like cold on the top or whatever. But yeah, this was super nice to just sit in and chill at night. This was like sort of the view, and also my thumb, I think, or finger, one of them. Thermodynamics moment. The hotel also had this cool like roof terrace that we maybe would have gone to after dinner if it wasn't cold out that night. But it looked really nice. My neighbor had a spa. I never got to try it. Damn, rude neighbor. Oh, so this was the fancy dinner. It was, there's the menu. It was like a many course meal. Everything was really, really good and delicious. I think this was like a grilled eel sushi thing. I don't even remember what everything was. It's on this menu. I took a picture of it later. This was like the appetizer course thing, I think. This was like a little soup thing. I don't remember what most of these were, but they were all really, really, really good. Oh yeah, I had some red wine, I think. Nemu also had wine? I don't remember. This was all of the food we had. It was extremely good. This was like some grilled fish thing with like some lime. Just a soup thing. Some more stuff. This was, I think, like right before the dessert. This was like just like nice red miso soup. This was a little salad thingy. I think like some pickled vegetables. And then this was it was rice with like fresh grilled salmon in it. It was super good. And then I think this was like a sort of like candied sweet potato thing. And then this was, I think it was like yuzu and mango. And this blue, well, not blue, like sort of red icy thing was blueberry ice. Like, I think it was like kind of like blueberries like mashed into a paste and then like combined with just like crushed ice. It tasted really, really good. And then that was just some green tea. And then we went back to the room and had some tea. And then I took this picture and put it on Twitter because I thought it looked funny. I guess this is for like a vent or something. I don't know. But it looks like the teapot is doing the newt newt thing. Oh, and then we had breakfast, which was also really fancy and really, really good. You could pick if you wanted like the Japanese style or Western style. And I think Japanese style breakfast is a lot of like raw fish and stuff. Not that I don't like raw fish, because sushi is good. But we got the Western one, which was this tasty sausage, and this was a super fluffy omelet with like this nice tomatoey sauce. I think that was like some grilled ham. This was yogurt. I don't know what this was. It tasted like French onion soup, and you had to kind of like crack the top of it. It was like crispy on top. It was so good. There was also a salad that was good, and you can see I already ate it. And then afterwards they brought out this, which was extremely good, like definitely just fresh baked pastries. These croissants were huge and delicious. And there was just like some nice fluffy bread, and I think that was like a plum bread, maybe? I don't know. It was really good. Yes, croissant. I wanted a croissant. So I went to this fancy Japanese hotel where they serve croissants. And then, oh, so this was after we checked out. They like, basically, like they would like call a taxi and be like, okay, do you want to get dropped off at this train station, or this shrine, which is near the train station? So we went to the shrine that was near the train station and just like walked around a little bit. But before this, our like waiter came over and just like was like, oh, like how is everything? Like, is everything good? Like, are you did you enjoy your stay or whatever? Just you know, fancy hotel stuff. But then so the waiter was like sort of a younger guy, and we were like we ended up like talking to him about like anime and stuff. Because like he noticed that I spoke a little bit of Japanese, and he was asking like, oh, like you like why do you learn Japanese? Like why do you like practice it still? And I was like, oh well, I watch Japanese VTubers and anime. Then he was like, oh, which animes do you like? And I was like, a lot. And he was like, oh, do you like One Piece? And I was like, yeah. I think I told him I was watching, like, we like, I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen and Gurren Lagann and stuff. It was fun. I like being able to talk to people in my limited Japanese. Yeah, this was a shrine like near the train station where we had to go back to Tokyo. It was pretty nice. It was like shrine stuff. I like the little gates. It had a big tree. It had this little fox shrine here. There were these things which like I think normally you'd wish for, you know, you leave like a sort of like hope or a wish or prayer kind of thing on it. Someone wrote this on it. I took a picture because One, it was in English, but also because I was like, oh no. My gratitude to the mice that help advance science. May they rest in peace. Arigato. Great. Yeah, there's like this cool little like bamboo forest you could walk through a little bit. There was a really big tree over here. I don't know, I just like walking around nature. Nice. I took a picture of a flower on the way to the train station. I think I took this picture because it was, I don't know, you could see the mountain. It's just like my Japanese animes. I've seen anime that take place in towns like this, where it's like mountains, the ocean is over here, lots of buildings. I'm trying to think of one specific one that I'm thinking of right now, but like what the name of the anime was. Planet With, I think, takes place in a town a lot like this. Oh, so this, while we were waiting for our train to go back, I took a video because if you are at a station, like not one of the like big stations, for the bullet trains, and a bullet train is like going past, like, you know, one of the express ones like isn't stopping at your station, you get to see it go past at like almost full speed. It's super loud too. Sometimes I want to fly over those landscapes. Yeah, that would be cool. You can probably do like helicopter tours somewhere. Probably expensive though. Yeah, so then Nemu and I got back to Tokyo and our siblings were, I don't know, out doing some stuff. To see that thing stop on a dime. Well, it does slow down first. But yeah. No, I want to fly with my body. That would be cool. We wandered into like some random just Chinese restaurant nearby that looked good. Then we found out they didn't have an English menu, which was well, and their menu was only written on the wall on like a chalkboard kind of thing. So for like a second we panicked, but then I just like took my phone out and did like the Google Translate picture thing, and we sort of figured out there were some things we want. I also just sort of panicked when they came over to take the order and was like, chahan, because that's the word for fried rice, and I was like, they probably have fried rice here, right? It would be weird if they didn't. And then Nemu got like some soup, some like Chinese soup thingy that looked tasty. This was also really, really cheap. Like, if you think in America Chinese food is usually pretty cheap and really good, this was extremely cheap, and this whole thing was also like, I don't know, single-digit dollars. This was also like some of the best fried rice I've ever had. It was so good. Yeah, the soup was nice. There's some like pickled something? I don't know what that was. This was like a little pasta salad. It was just like a whole meal set with the fried rice. It was good. I like this place. Oh yeah. So then that day this was Saturday, and we were leaving Tokyo on Monday. So I was like, okay, I gotta go play the Noise arcade game because I know there's some cabinets in Tokyo, in Shinjuku, and I need to go. So I found the arcade where one of them is, and then it took me a little bit to find it. But yeah, I took this picture of the poster there, and was like, okay, I'm in the right location. And on the way to finding it, I did find this, which I knew about, but had not played at the time. Which is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Royale game that is really, really fun. We played it a bunch later. Oh, hola, Corvanzo. But yeah, it's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Last Survivor. I hope they port it to literally anything else. Like, you can even see, like, the controls are already, like, you have a control stick, another control stick, 4 face buttons, and 4 shoulder buttons. So, like, you just put it on Steam or something, please. You can already play online in this game. Isn't there a mobile port? Is there? Wait, shit, if there is, I will play it. Hold on. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure survive. No? I think it's only arcades. I wish it was on anything else. But yeah, it's really fun. It's like class-based Fortnite. Like, you don't like find different weapons or something. You just pick, you know, whatever character you want to play as, and they have different abilities and stuff. It's super fun. I really liked playing it. I hope they port it to something. Please, put it on Steam. It's basically already running on a computer. The control scheme wouldn't even be like weird to adapt. It's literally just a controller. But yeah, it was fun. I think this has been out for like 3 years also. So I was kind of excited to see it because I was like hoping that it was still around and didn't like just die horribly in arcades. But yeah, I did eventually found the like Exa arcade thing that has noise in it. Arcade consoles are just gold by computers. At this point, yeah, like most of them are just running Windows. Like I think even beforehand, like people found out that you could run Persona 4 Arena on your computer pretty easily because the cabinet itself is just running Windows XP that runs the games. Was it crowded on this cabinet? No. There was someone sitting in front of it, but they were not playing the game. But also it's like one of the cabinets that like has multiple games in it. So like I had to like put coins in and then pick that I wanted to play noise. Which was fun. I did this song, just good, and then I died most other songs that I did. I tried doing Light My Way, it's really hard. I did take a video, but I already put that in the Discord, so I'll like skip over that. Also because it's long, because it's me doing the whole song and then dying at the end. So, anyway, what Ash mentioned of, you know, you come back to the US from going to Japan and you spend way more money on way worse food. This was like high quality katsu place. There was, I think there's a bunch of locations around Japan, but this one was in Shinjuku in this big mall called like something Times Square, I think. And so this, like most katsu places, if you go in Japan, are like you can get pretty nice katsu like meal set thing for like maybe like 1,000 yen, which is like $5. And this place is really fancy and has like really high grade pork and stuff. So obviously it's more expensive, but this costs basically the same amount that it would cost to get just normal bad katsu at a Japanese restaurant in the US. Like even for like the big one, it's like 3,400 yen, which is like $23, which is how much like most places would charge for katsu in the US, and it would not be nearly this good. This place was awesome. We had to like sit down in like a line to wait to get in, but it was so worth it. I got a highball with some nice whiskey. This was tea, I think. And while you're waiting, they give you a mortar and pestle with a bunch of sesame seeds in it. So you have to crush the sesame seeds, and then you pour the katsu sauce and like mix it in there. It was really, really tasty. This was everything that I got. Oh, no, wait. I also got, as like a side, I got like a koroke thing, so just like an extra fried beef and onion and potato thing that was also really tasty. But yeah, this whole thing cost like, I don't know, $20. It was like the best katsu I've ever had. Ugh, one of my sisters and I were just like, this is really good, but it's like upsetting how good this is. Like knowing how much you would normally spend to get something not anywhere near this good in the US. But yeah, this ruled. I love this. I ate every single bite. I would pick this over KFC, that costs much. Yeah, that too. But yeah, so the mall was called like something something Times Square, and they had this cool kind of like outdoor area with lights and stuff on one of the top floors, and also a fake Empire State Building. Oh yeah, so then just walking around Shinjuku more, we saw, I think this was like some fashion schools, like student project something. I hope you like a dress. This one in the middle, Nemu's brother said looks like Monster Hunter armor with the exposed thighs. He's not wrong. It's upsetting how good and cheap the food is and knowing you have to leave it at some point. Yeah. And then wandering around, we went to, there's like an area of Shinjuku, I think it's Shinjuku Nichome, is like, there's lots of like gay bars and stuff. And while we were wandering around there, we saw this place. It just had this funny logo. And we went to this other place that I took this picture because this drink is a funny name. But this place was also just like super, super packed. It was, I think it was called, I don't remember. It was like very rainbow colored bar that was basically all tourists. But the drinks were nice and they were playing good music. And you can just kind of chill outside with the drinks. And then Nemu, her brother, and I wanted to go to a club, and we had researched some in the area beforehand. And that picture before of like the people doing like the rave with the VTuber, in the basement of that building, the basement 4 floors were one gigantic nightclub that we went to. But before that, we wanted to pregame, so we got these at a Family Mart nearby. Been really fun. I'm so glad you had a good time. Catch you next time, Zero. Oh, bye, Ash. Glad you could make it for at least part of it. Yeah. So we got these. As you can see, very tall can. This whole thing costs 220 yen, $1, and is 9% alcohol. And I don't know what it is about Strong Zero, because you can get other things that are like similar, but Strong Zero just feels like it hits harder. And also doesn't taste like alcohol, like, at all. It just, like, these just taste like lemon, this one just kind of tastes like grape juice. And then you get drunk. Yeah, so we went to the club. I did not take pictures because I didn't have my phone with me. As it turns out, it's 9% not alcohol. Oh, no. It's actually 91%. Oh, God. 182 proof. More food in fancy bowls. But this was also like a sukiya. Like, this is like fast food. This is a plastic bowl, I think. Oh, but yeah, the other thing about the club was, so it was 4 floors. There's different DJs on every floor. And the night that we went was, I think, the after party for some like Japanese hip hop group. And so on like the main floor, the bottom floor, there was like DJ playing a bunch of music with like this gigantic, like the entire wall was like a visualizer. It was so cool. And then after they were playing for a while, then like the members of the group came out and would just like do their songs live. It was super cool. The only weird thing was that, like, aside from like some small groups of people that some were probably mostly tourists, no one was moving. Like, people were just kind of like standing very still and like maybe doing this, but like no one was like dancing or anything. It was like a little weird, but like, it was super fun. Yeah, and then got late night udon again, because why not? It's tasty and I like it. And then the next day was Sunday, and we went to Akihabara, and there were VTubers there. Actually, I didn't take a picture of it, but we were walking around, and there was like some big like VTuber event meetup thing, like I think for like some specific like Japanese VTuber agency, but they had like booths and were selling merch and stuff the day we were there. But these are the English-speaking VTubers, if you Do not know them. We went to Pepper Lunch because Pomu Rainpuff told me to, and it was really good. I already kind of messed it up, but the way they serve it to you is like on a hot skillet with like a bowl of rice and some like pepper and seasonings, and then just a bunch of like uncooked, like thin slices of beef and some corn and stuff. And then they give you a spoon, and like you have to like, you know, mix everything up to like you get the beef all cooked and stuff. And it tastes really, really good. And they also just had Tabasco sauce, which I added a little bit of to make it a little spicier. Nemu got a thing without rice, but was like just actual like little bits of steak, which looked really good too. And egg. So also, I think still KFC in Japan is doing like some promotional event with Final Fantasy XIV. Currently only in Japan, so like even if we went, we couldn't have used it on our accounts because we don't have Japanese accounts. But Colonel Sanders with the hat and a black mage staff. It was really funny, so we took a picture. He do be casting. I forget what you even get in game with the event thing. Be like an emote of you eating chicken? I don't remember. But yeah, we were walking around Akiba, lots of maid cafes. We bought a lot of merch, or like Japanese. We went to a lot of anime figurine stores. You better be in the game. You could probably make a character that looks kind of like this and put on clothes that look kind of like this. So I hope you're ready for a whole bunch of pictures of figurines, most of which I didn't buy. But yeah, we went to this store, which had a bunch of Nier stuff. So we didn't get this, but you will see later. Nemu did get basically this, but for 9S. Final Fantasy stuff that was cute. Buckets. Baskets. This surprised me there was RRR merch here. If you don't know what RRR is, it's a really, really, really anime Indian movie. It's on Netflix. I kind of recommend watching it, honestly. It is 3 hours long, though. It is also split into sections, though, so you can kind of split it up as it goes. The unfortunate part is that it does get sort of propaganda-y, especially near the end, but, like, it's mostly just, like, extreme historical fiction. It would be like if someone made a 3-hour-long movie about, I don't know, the Revolutionary War in America, but it involved George Washington doing things that he absolutely did not do. Like, instead of, like, it would be like if he, like, I don't know, at one point in the movie just, like, punched a British ship out of the harbor. Thanks for sharing the name. I couldn't remember the name. Yeah, it's just 3 letters. I think it's the official, like, thing it's supposed to stand for is, like, Rise, Roar. Yeah, Rise, Roar, Revolt, I think. Yeah, it's a really fun movie to watch. And they had, like, stickers and stuff for it in this, like, anime figurine store, which I thought was kind of funny. This place also had a bunch of Guilty Gear keychains, and whoever put them up in the store put these little things on cardboard that just had, like, this is this character's attack that they use, and here's the input for it. Oh yeah, these Mega Man figurines were cool. Expensive though. I didn't get any. This Miku, also very expensive, but really cool. It's like extra robot-y Miku and had like speaker cannons. Love when he would perform a horse drift. Yeah! When that one guy fought the tiger with his hands. This is a ridiculous, amazing movie. Again, very unfortunate about all the propaganda though. Oh yeah, I took this picture. I did actually get one of these. It's Homura holding a gun. And it wasn't that much. Yeah, if you do ever go to Akiba and you want to get figurines for not $4,000, just go into like smaller stores or like secondhand stores because the stuff will be a lot cheaper there. There'll still be more expensive stuff. Like you can see this big Madoka is 27,000 yen, which is like I think like $200. But like the smaller ones are not that much. I took this picture because I was like, railgun anime. It's a cool figurine. I didn't buy it because it's really expensive, but it's really cool. I like that anime. Lesbians. They were pointing a gun at Gaia's mind. Oh yeah, Nemu got one of these. It was in like one of those like mystery box things, but it was like a little like cute Kirby like hanging thingy. I guess this is like a Love Live poster with one of the characters hugging Sonic. I don't know. I was like, oh, Sonic, funny. Oh yeah, this I don't know. I just took this picture because I like this guy. This movie was good. I liked Gamma 1 and 2. Love Live, woo! Oh yeah, and then I find because I've never been able to find like Polka merch. She's a VTuber, big Japanese Hololive VTuber, is a clown. Is very funny. I didn't buy that. You'll see what I got of her later. I forgot that Callie had this as merch, so I just took a picture because I thought it was really funny. Number one dad, she's fishing. This was a bunch of Kamen Rider stuff. Oh, and Ultraman. Oh, hey, fitting. Persona 4. I think this Tokyo Revengers at the bottom. There was actually a lot of Tokyo Revengers stuff around. Oh, this was... Nemu spent a lot of time in all the figurine stores trying to find figurines of Gojo where he does not have his eyes covered, and also that are not $3 billion. She did eventually find like 3, and bought them. But I took pictures because these two are really cool, and this one's like $300, this one's like $400. There's MGS merch. That's what I was looking for. I found one figurine the whole time of Venom Snake, and it was like also like $200, so I didn't get it. Came with a box though. Oh, I took this picture because I was like, Minako stuff. Did not get the figurine though. Expensive. But yeah, this was like the only Metal Gear thing I saw. I mean, it's like probably like, other than like the secondhand stores, like, you know, mostly up to Konami to make the merch again. Konami. Many JoJo's. I don't think we got much JoJo stuff here, but we did get a couple of JoJo things later. Nemu did get like a stone-free figurine because she already has like a cute little Jolene that I got her for her birthday one year. I really liked these little chibi ones, but they were also kind of expensive. Depending on the thing though, like some JoJo stuff is really expensive. Like you can see a lot of these are big monies. Oh, Kaguya stuff. This was one of the more expensive things I saw. This is just cat Kaguya. Oh, never mind. This is more expensive than that. This is just a bunch of Hololive merch, including gigantic horny marine. This is all like slime anime. I don't watch it that much, but like some of my friends do. This one is really cool, also like $700. This was on a poster outside. I don't know why it said "Eat Me Like a Doll." That's not how dolls are or function. And then we went to a cat cafe. It was great. We've been to this one before. It was really cute. I liked this sign. Danger! This cat often bites your hand. He is often at this place. This cat was very cute. All the cats were cute. A lot of them were just sleepy. I think they like had been fed a little bit beforehand, so they were all just like tired. Some of them were kind of zooming around though. It was cute. Foot out. Cute. Cute. I like this one's face. Also, it was orange. Reminded me of Skimbleshanks. Oh, this one especially was like a fluffy munchkin cat and was just like a gremlin. They were just like climbing around, sprinting around the whole time, full of energy, unstoppable. I love them. Cats. But yeah, so there was like different sections of it. They had a bunch of manga you could read in Japanese, so not helpful if you cannot read Japanese. And over here you can also see they had a bunch of switches set up with video games. Like the TVs were muted because, you know, it's supposed to be like a nice relaxing thing. But like this whole area you can just like sit with like no shoes or slippers on. This cat sat like this for so long, I got to pet them so much. They were so fluffy. But yeah, on the switches on the TVs you could just play like Smash Bros and Mario Kart with people if you wanted. Cute. Cute. Love this cat. We saw this cat last time I was there, like in 2019, 4 years ago. They were about this big last time too, and sleeping in almost the same spot. Big, fluffy, black and white cat. Huge, huge fan. Oh, so also, the Cat Cafe has like unlimited use of, while you're there, except to pay by time. While you're there, you have unlimited use of this like tea and coffee vending machine. Just like this picture that was like, don't spill your drinks on the cats. No, they'll be so sad. And then, I don't know, we were walking around, I saw this, I assume like a, I don't know, a discount store, like 100 yen store, but called 3 coins. Oops! Oh, right. So yeah, after we went to Akiba, then at night we went to Odaiba, which is where the giant Gundam statue is, and also the Statue of Liberty. Warning, the drink is hot and is harmful. Yes. Here, Unicorn Gundam statue. It's very big. It's cool. It lights up. Always nice to stare at, especially at night. And then we went to the Gundam base, which is it's like a mall right over here, like directly behind it, on like the top floor of the mall. I don't think any of us got anything there, but it's cool to walk around and see all the like the Gundam models on display, and they were there, lesbians. I took a picture. Them. It was, I think, because it's all these standees are also supposed to be like the character's actual heights, so it was funny because you could compare like, oh, I'm this much taller than this character, or like, oh shit, this character's actually pretty tall. Better see giant figures of mechs than actual mechs that cost billions to make. I guess. Yeah, I found Ariel in there. Then we went to a place for dinner that was similar to the place we were before, where you could get like okonomiyaki and monjayaki and cook it yourself, except this place they cooked it for you. And did a much nicer job. And this does kind of just look like we fucked up really bad and burned something horribly, but no, there's squid ink in this. It was really tasty. Monjayaki is like sort of similar to okonomiyaki, but a lot more like gooey, I guess. And you kind of just like spread it out like this and let it cook, and then you just kind of like scoop it up and eat it, and it's tasty. This one had a bunch of squid meat in it and squid ink, and that's why it's black. We didn't burn it. They didn't burn it. It was good. And then we also had to make okonomiyaki, which came out much nicer than all the ones we made. Oh yeah, and then this is more bullet train when we were going to Osaka. It's like a little over 2 hours on the train. It's cool watching all the scenery go by. It's like a nice like scenic view most of the time. Oh, I did also get nice pictures of Mount Fuji because it wasn't like cloudy out or anything. I don't know. I thought this looked cute. Also, other important thing about riding the bullet train is ekiben, which means train station bentos. I should like put a train that's also a bullet in my shmup. Yeah, do it. It's the bullet train. Yeah. So I got some green tea and I got this ekiben. So usually like in the train stations where the bigger trains stop, like not just the local ones. Although sometimes those too. And especially once you go like through the gate to like the actual like bullet train specific area, there'll be a bunch of places selling these eki bens, which are like, you know, little like bento lunchbox things that you are supposed to just eat on the train, and they usually make them like that morning or whatever. And they're really good. I like the art on this one. Mine had beef and pork, so it had a cow and a pig on it. But yeah, it was like this like beef sukiyaki thing and pork tonkatsu over here, and then I don't know, some other like pickled vegetables and stuff, and a bunch of rice underneath. It was very good. I also like the little carrot cut into the shape of a flower. My favorite animal is meat. Oh yeah, so this was one of a couple of good pictures I got of Mount Fuji on the train. If you take the bullet train between like Tokyo and Kansai region, generally you'll get a nice view of Fuji when you go past if it's nice out. I got this one when we were really close, I think, and then this we were a little farther away, but you can see more of it. And then we actually got to Osaka, yay! And there was a pig bench thing out, like you could sit there, just outside a bar. It was super nice out, like the weather was amazing. It was so nice to walk around in Osaka. We were mostly in Dotonbori the whole time. If you've played Yakuza 0, that's where you are in Osaka in that game. They just call it Sotonbori, but it's the same. Well, the same, but in the 80s. But like that kind of, it's still that kind of, just lots of like small streets and shitloads of bars and like nightlife stuff everywhere, and like street food. And there's a bunch of bridges that go across this river, and it's really nice. We did get some takoyaki, of course. This was really good. I think this is also maybe no, I had other takoyaki, but this was one of the only ones I had. But yeah, good. We just like saw a place that had takoyaki, and we were like, oh, I guess we're here. Let's get some. I don't know what this was, but it said in English baby milk, and that scared me, so I took a picture. And then later that night, we went to this bar called Moonshine that was mostly just like other tourists with us there. But it was a karaoke bar, and also really small. There were like, I don't know, maybe like 10 spots to seat or so. So like if you order a drink, or if you've just been there for a while ordering drinks, they will just pass around this like little wireless tablet that you can like browse through the karaoke songs and queue something up, and like the microphones are wireless too. They just kind of pass them around and be like, hey, who did this song? Go. But at least when we were there that night, a lot of us had like the same taste in music and kept picking songs that like everyone would just ended up singing along to anyway. It was so much fun. The bartender was also, I think, American. He was chill. And even like he was singing along to stuff later too. But yeah, I took some short videos of that. One night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. He tastes like you, only sweeter. One night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the memories. He tastes yeah, it was super fun. I queued up that was the first song that I queued up, and then someone else at the bar did this one. Sometimes I get the feeling she's watching over me, and other times I feel like I should go. And through it all, the rise and fall, the parties in the streets. And when you're gone, we want you all to know we'll carry on. Oh, I recorded a lot of this song. I think you can hear once we hit the chorus, everyone starts screaming. So yeah, we did that. At one point we also did this. The bartender joined in on, even grabbed one of the microphones.
don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I decided to try to remind myself how I tried so hard.
All right, yeah, so that was Bar Moonshine. It was extremely fun. We stayed there until like 4 a.m. It was really fun. Drinks were cheap. They did not have. I don't know. Like they did. We did ask. They were like, "Do you have moonshine?" And he was like, "Oh, we sort of have like close-ish to you could get here legally." It was like, I don't know, 700 yen for a glass. And it was like a nice apple-y kind of cinnamon-y drink. It was nice. I had it. Bartender was very friendly. He gave us a couple free drinks. And then we started giving him tips and was like, no, don't give me that. It was funny. So yeah, we stayed up till like 4 a.m. I think a lot of, especially the smaller bars, like for their hours, it might say like, oh, they're open till like 5 a.m. Especially around like Dotonbori, like most of the places are either don't close or just say they're open till 5 a.m., which means they close whenever the bartender feels like closing, which is usually if there's no one there or if it's like 6 a.m. Oh, and then this was ramen, like basically right next to where our Airbnb was. It was like a super late night ramen place, and it was extremely good. I loved this place so much. I got, I don't know, this was just like normal, like, tonkotsu ramen with like an egg and some pork and butter. It was so good. I saw a cat. There were some stray cats around Dotonbori. They were not friendly though. I think they were mostly scared of people, but I took a picture because they were cute. This was not a stray cat. This was, I think, sort of like a maid cafe thing, but it was like a bar where all of the bartenders were women wearing like cat suits. We didn't go in there, but I like the little decorative hat on the window. This giant dragon thingy was a 24-hour ramen place where you just sit on like a tiny little tatami mat on the on the sidewalk. Looked good, but we never actually ended up going. Oh yeah, there's also another like big underground mall around Dotonbori, and they had these little cute like setups there. I guess for fall. I don't know. They looked really cute. This was just like in a grocery store, and they had like different coffee beans and stuff. But I liked that they had the anime power scaling chart for the coffee. Mimic you a little bit, yeah. Oh, I also took this picture because the one on the bottom is Dominican coffee. And Nemu and her brother are from there. Oh, it was actually funny once, because Nemu's brother at one time went to this, it was just like during the day we were walking around looking for some stuff, saw a tiny little like bar cafe place that had like some like stuff in Spanish on it, and so he went in, and I guess the bartender spoke Spanish to him a little bit, and then like just the other guy at the bar, he was like, oh, I'm Dominican, because like people in Japan know the Dominican Republic because there are a lot of good baseball players, and like the 3 countries that care about baseball are the DR, the US, and Japan. So yeah, he mentioned he was Dominican to the other guy there, and then that guy like paid for his coffee. Oh, also I saw this, which was a little weird. It was like a fancy clothing store, but it was like this plaid kind of thick jacket with the Virgin Mary on the back. It's a little weird, I think. There's another one of these cute things. A little witch hat. I like this one. It's the guy, famous Glico man. Oh, I got this really good ice cream. You could get it, I think it was on like either side of like a bar. They would just like have a little soft serve machine. You could get a cone. The cone was really good. It was like a cookie. It tasted so good. And the ice cream was also like super smooth and creamy. I actually got this like 3 times, and I think the third time, like the first time we went, it was just like some guy serving ice cream. The second 2 times, it was the same woman, and the third time that I went, she like recognized me and was like, "Oh, you're back." I was like, "Yeah, it's good." I want ice cream. But yeah, so also in Dotonbori, there's this like really long street that kind of goes from like one end to the other. That's just lots of like big lights and signs and stuff, and lots of like restaurants and sort of more like touristy things. Also, this place on the left was a bowling place called Dragon Bowl. And also a bunch of the places around here were either open like really late or 24 hours. There was like a 24-hour sushi place here. It was great. Dotonbori is really fun to hang out in. Oh, I saw this in an arcade around there. It is a tiny little like booth where you go in, put in 100 yen, and then just pick a song and do karaoke once. One song for 100 yen. We didn't end up doing it, but I was just alone when I saw that, but it looked funny. I took this picture because this advertisement for this little stand over here that was selling like beef tongue skewers is amazing. Beef tongue is my everything. I'm willing to give my life for it. I'd like to living up Japan by beef tongue with passion. I hope you all understood that. Oh, and then the round one in Dotonbori was really good. It was like one of the bigger round ones that has I guess most of the round ones have like not just arcade things. Unfortunately the arcade part, which was like the ground floor and then 2 floors below that was only open until 1 a.m. Sad. But the rest of it, which was like bowling and darts and like ping pong and like a whole bunch of other stuff, that was open 24 hours. If it's 3 a.m. and you need to go bowling, you can do it. We didn't, but you could. I thought about it once. But yeah, the arcade was huge, had a whole bunch of rhythm games. We went here a lot at night. I played Shunithm so much here. Yeah, and I had one of the arcade card thingies to like save my progress and such. I'm just gonna go through these quickly because this is just me playing songs, and I took pictures to post them in Discord. Oh right, yeah, this had like Bocchi the Rock songs, and this was the Witch from Mercury opening, Tokyo Revengers opening, that one song that everyone likes by Yoasobi. And Miss Chen from Toho. Yeah, and then I changed it to Marissa because I like her. I unlocked, I don't know, the little avatar profile thing of Marissa, so I did that. This was Burger King Burger King. I've never heard that song before. It was good though. Melissa McDonald's. Turner's Perfect Math Class. This, I don't know. I did songs. I tried this one on Master and did okay. Dance Around was weird. I'd never seen that before. There was one guy going at it like super hard with this game. It's like one of those games that like uses like a Kinect. I don't think this was actually using a Kinect, but like that kind of thing, so it just like tracks your hands and feet and like tells you to do like dance moves and stuff. I did Parasite, the Miku song. It was really good. Is there Dance Rush? There was. They had like every game. They had like 3 Dance Rush things right next to each other. And then right behind those was like 3 giant DDR things too. I don't think I took any pictures of the Dance Rush cabinets, but I did play it there several times. The convenient thing also though was that like the Dance Rush was right near a vending machine, so I could play Dance Rush and then get really like exhausted and then just drink Pocari Sweat and then I would be okay. Oh yeah, this fancy Dotonbori light up sign. Oh yeah, so Nemu and her brother and I went to Kura Sushi, which is, if you've maybe heard or seen about it online, it's just a conveyor belt sushi place where every like 5 plates of like sushi that you take and like finish and put into like the little slot, it lets you roll on a gacha thing and it plays a little animation to show if you won or lost. Dance Rush is one of the rare rhythm games that motivate me to try. Yeah, I want to be able to play it more because it's really fun. Like you're just actually dancing. It's really fun. I love it. But yeah, so this is one of our gacha rolls. You put the plate in the little slot there, and then for every 5, it does this. There's like different animations it does. This one was like, you know, a person doing the little fish catching thing. You win like a little gachapon prize if you do win.
No.
But we didn't win.
Damn.
Rigged. The food was really good though. And then we went back to the arcade. Did what? Rolling Girl, Lag Train. I took a picture of this giant gyoza. Hazure. Hi. Kanashii yo. So yeah, the three of us were just kind of wandering around late at night, and then before we went back, we went to Bikuri Donkey, which is a burger, like Japanese burger chain. And this one was open really late that night. And they also had this promotional gigantic burger you could get, which I did, and I ate it, and then immediately needed to go to sleep. Oh yeah, also, because it was late at night, so the booth we were sitting at, like the booth across from us, like a second after, like, I don't know, a couple minutes after we got there, a table sat down of guys that were definitely hosts. Like they were dressed up super fancy and had like really nice hair and stuff. And they also ordered like just gigantic plates of food. It was kind of funny. But yeah, Bikuri Donkey, pretty solid like chain restaurant burger food place. And then the next day when we were walking around, we went into a pet store because we wanted to look at cats. And there were cats in bowls. They were so cute. And then after that we went to a thrift store, and I took this picture because it says character sweat, which like even in Japanese like it makes sense. It's like, you know, it's sweaters with characters on them, but if you just say that in English, no, not quite. Yeah, we did a bunch of clothes shopping at like thrift stores and stuff. I got some cute shirts and stuff. I took this picture of another giant light up sign by the river. I took this picture at a thrift store just because it had the like 8-bit dough controller in it, and I was like, oh, I have one of those. That brand is good. They make good like USB controllers or like Bluetooth ones. Thanks for clarifying. I assume they sold character sweat like Brisket or whoever. I mean, I just took this picture because it said Frore guide. There's another cool Miku that I saw. More lesbian figurines. I actually got this one. This is on my desk now. John Wick lesbian. The Frore is made out of Frore, yes. This was the Don Quixote there. Don Quixote is like a big like department store, I guess, in Japan. They're also sometimes very sort of like claustrophobic. Like there's not a lot of room to like walk around, and like the aisles of like things to buy kind of go up all the way to the ceiling, and the ceilings are not super tall. But this one also had a Ferris wheel that at first I kind of wanted to go in and then decided not to because judging by the speed, it would take like forever. Probably get a nice view at the top though. So yeah, then we did the thing we wanted to do for like the first few days while we were in Osaka, which was just go to like some izakaya, get a bunch of drinks, get a whole bunch of meats on sticks, and eat them. And these were all extremely good. This was a good place. We did have to wait a while because it was a really small place. But very good, tasty food. Was not expensive either. Like after we like split like the bill with everybody, it was like $20 each for like multiple drinks and a whole bunch of meat for everybody. I don't know what this was. Maybe a bar. I don't know. This says sex machine. These were like some cute little like pencil holder things. Oh yeah, we went to, so this was not the last day. But so me and Nemu and her brother went to Denden Town in Osaka, which is sort of like Akihabara for Osaka, just like area with lots of anime merch stuff. And we ate at a Kokuichibanya because we were really hungry. There was one right there. And it said spoon. Like that's what it says. That says spoon. What they supping. But yeah, I got curry again. This time I added more vegetables and got just like pork katsu. It was so good. Love eating here. Oh, this place we went to was called Super Kids Land and had so many anime figurines and like model kits and a lot of cool like stuff set up. This was a giant fist punching through the wall. They had a big Mazinger Z statue in the entrance. This was more Kamen Rider. So they wasn't just like display cases with like the things and poses. They had like little scenes set up sometimes, like Mario punching this one guy. Did you fist bump? No, you're not allowed to touch. This is Rashid from Street Fighter, and I think this is a Dark Souls figurine, and this Crab Game, not Crab Game, Squid Game. But yeah, they had them like multiple ones like doing little scenes together. It was cool, of like Katana Devil and Denji. And they had this whole like city thing set up with a bunch of Gundams. Sorry, mobile suits. And then this one, which is vague, out of context spoilers for Witch from Mercury, but I was like, why would you do this? That's so mean. And then I took a picture of this in one store because it was Genshin like cologne, I think. Like it was like each different character, and there's like a little like this is scent themed after this character. Oh, the music died. Whoops. Well, you. Oh. Oh yeah, we went to this sort of famous shrine in Osaka that has this big like I guess supposed to be like a lion mouth stage thing that was like built in the 70s. The shrine is way older than that, but this thing was built in the 70s. It looks kind of cool. And then on the way back to the train, we passed by a bar that had a doggo in it. There are character odors close enough to sweat. Yeah, you see, it's good I specified. And then we went to Kanidoraku, which is like a... the name, if you translate it into English, is like crab debauchery. They basically only have crab dishes, and you can get like fancy, like big course meal things with all manner of crab prepared in different ways. It was pretty good. I don't think I would do it again, but it was fun to go and eat many different kinds of crabs. There was like crab sushi. There was like grilled crab steak, kind of. There's like crab hot pot. It was every kind of crab you could imagine. And the room we had a nice. We had like a private room, and we had like a nice view of the river from there. So I took a picture after. More crab. Syntax the butchery. No, not butchery. Debauchery. Like, I don't know. Like in excess. Many crab. Some of these we probably ate, maybe. Oh, and then we went to this bar that my oldest sister's partner found out about. That is a Star Wars themed bar, and they have a big collection of like bootleg Star Wars merch. Not native, my mistake. No, it's okay. Debauchery is a weird word anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of good shit in here. Like this weird sort of Virgin Mary looking Leia. What else? There's so much in here. It's like a stormtrooper tissue box, I think. Debauchery, yeah. There was this on the wall. All of the drinks were like, you can see it says in parentheses like what the drink actually is, and then they like name it something else, like after like a Star Wars character. Like this one was Jedi, but it was blue curacao and mint. Chuhai. That's what I got. It was pretty good. But yeah, there's like, this was Sith, Luke, R2, Chewbacca's something. Tatooine's sunset. It's a funny bar. And like, I love going to the bootleg Star Wars bar. Yeah, you know, the guy who wanted to go was like a big Star Wars fan. It was pretty funny going. The owner like came out and was like, "Oh, like how'd you hear about it?" Like, yeah, this was the drink I got. This was a Jedi. It was a Chuhai with blue curacao and mint. And yeah, that's the name of the bar. It was Pachimon Wars. I don't know, probably a pun or something. I really liked this shitty Chewbacca figurine, so I took a close-up of it. It's also right in front of this really scary-looking C-3PO with bloody eyes. There was also this like statue of a stormtrooper holding a little inflatable beer thingy. This was like Star Wars art of, like, I think the two owners. Pachimon should mean bootleg, so at least they're self-aware. Ah, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, they like advertise it as like, we have a big collection of bootleg. Like, the guy specifically collects bootleg Star Wars merch. He doesn't care about real ones as much, I guess. They had this on the wall. So that then inspired me to take Nemu and her brother the next day to this JoJo-themed ramen place in Osaka, which we did have to wait outside in a line to eat at, but it was really good. The funny chair would love to pay a visit. Oh, does chair like bootleg Star Wars things? But yeah, you can see on the outside it has the like menacing like on the outside. There's Iggy. This is the menu. This place also was really like, the ramen was even like cheaper than like most other places. It was like 1,000 yen each, and at least the one I got was extremely good. It was really, really, really tasty ramen. The word bootleg does mean something in his brain, so yes. Oh, okay, good to know. Yeah, also the name of this place is, because it's not on the thing there. What's it called? Because the name of the place is like Kuse Gatsuyoi Menyarewa. Yeah. It's if you translate it into English, it's like the ramen shop with very strong and strange tendencies. My favorite ramen place. Honestly, like, it kind of was. It was so good. And yeah, you can see you just had JoJo merch everywhere on the door. There's some stone masks over there. Oh, also across the street was this. Doing a little uwu face. Yeah, there's his Twitter for the restaurant. There's what it looks like from outside. I don't know who those people were, but they were also taking pictures. And yeah, you can just see, it's just merch everywhere. There was a TV in this corner that was just playing all of Stardust Crusaders, like the anime, like just in order. And the owner was like the only guy working there, like would just like quote a line from the show like before or as they said it. It was so funny. This is where I sat, which was, I guess, the Giorno spot to sit. There are several Giorno figurines. There's this Mamoni over here. There's some frogs, Koichi. These were glasses for like tea or whatever drinks you get. Mine had a little Aerosmith on it. Yeah, this guy. One screen for all 50 episodes. Yeah, not playing them all at once, but just, you know, in order. So depending on when you go, you get a different part of it. Oh yeah, so also, when your noodles are done, he, you know, like, shakes them a bunch and plays, like, audio of Jotaro going, ora, 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 while he's, like, shaking them. And then he, like, does this, which you are very encouraged to take a video of. He shows you the video. Oh, never mind. That's later. But yeah, you can see it had that. There's just JoJo shit all over everywhere. It's great. I love this place. King Crimson. You had like 1, 2, 3. There are a lot of Jotaro figurines, all in a row. Yeah, here's what the guy does when he gives you the ramen. It was so goofy and funny. I love that guy. He was great. And yeah, he like brings over your ramen, like quotes the episode that's going on, and then like puts a little figurine of like one of the characters on scene and like on the TV, and like says some other line. It's so funny. I got a little silver chariot thing with my ramen, not to like take home, but just, you know, as decoration. But this was really good. I've also never had ramen like this before. It was pakuchi ramen, which is like coriander, like cilantro ramen. It had a bunch of like crispy things on it, and as you can see, a lot of cilantro, but it was also like seasoned with a lot of like cumin and like, you know, coriander, a bunch of other spices. It tasted so good. It was almost like taco seasoning, like ramen, like just lots of like sort of more like Mexican spices and like flavors. It was really, really, really good though. I love that place. And then as we were like, as this other like person was leaving, he like looked at the owner and was like, "Arrivederci," like Bruno, and then I did the same thing as I left. It was so funny. Big fan of that place. Definitely check it out if you're in Osaka and a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh yeah, so there's also a bunch of like clothing stores around and like thrift stores. I took a picture of this one because it was called Good Boys, and I thought that was funny. This place, we went in for about half a second and then immediately left because all of the clothes look extremely cool. I want this outfit, but like everything, even like a small thing, costs like $200 for just like a small thing from here. They sponsored the JoJo ramen place? I don't think so. But yeah, this store looked really, really cool. But was very, very, very expensive. Oh, yeah, and then that night, we went to a Band-Maid concert. It was kind of hard to actually get tickets. It was weird. They, like, gatekeep the tickets for, like, people that don't live in Japan. So, like, they'll be like, oh, we'll have, like, put a website out so, like, overseas people can buy tickets. But they don't do it until, like, 5 days before the concert. And then when they did, I checked it, and the only tickets you could buy through that website were for one show they were doing that was in November and in Yokohama, which is not where we weren't going to be in Japan then. So I eventually figured out that, like, because if you try to get it from the other websites, if you try to log in or like make an account, it'll ask you to verify your account with a Japanese phone number and address. I like could not do that. But I did eventually figure out you can just like do the whole thing without making an account, and you just do it as guest. And then I also had to like, it was weird. You have to like reserve the tickets online, and then like say that you will pay and pick them up at a Lawson specifically, and then I had to go to a Lawson and like go to a little ticket machine and like print out like a little like reservation confirmation thing, and then bring that to the cash register. And then they would charge me for the tickets and actually give me the tickets. It was such a weird, involved process. Like, I couldn't just, like, buy them and have them on my phone. That's not allowed. But yeah, you weren't really allowed to take pictures or anything during the concert. But I did take this one picture. and this very, very, very short video. They were really good. I'd never heard of Band-Maid before, but I was just looking, like, before we went, of like, oh, I wonder if there's any concerts going on, like, while we're in Tokyo or Osaka, and I saw this one, and then eventually did figure out how to buy tickets to go. And it was really good. Big fan of Band-Maid now. They're just, like, an all-women rock band, and they dress as maid outfits, because the leader used to work at a maid cafe in Akiba. I wouldn't even bother. Well, I bothered, and it was super fun. I don't know what this was. Scary. Scary, that's what it was. Oh yeah, and then we went to Shinsekai, which has a lot of like kind of older sort of arcade stuff and lots of like different food places. In this tower you can go up in. We did not because the line to go in was really long. Oh, we did also find out though that this tower has, as of like last year, I think, there's a slide. Like there's also a really long line to go up to use the slide, but like you can go up this tower and there's like a slide that goes most of the way down, which sounds fun, but we didn't do it because it would be like a half-hour wait. But we did go to this really good kushia place, which is like fried food on sticks. And they had all 7 Dragon Balls, and just like some Dragon Ball figurines around. It was kind of nice, nice decor. And yeah, it was really good. You basically just got like a little like checkbox thing. You can be like, I want like 3 of these and 2 of these and 3 of these, and they just kind of like make them as they go and give you to them. And then they were kind of very not like, I don't know, not like super like strict or anything, but like every one they had different instructions for. Like this one put some sauce on. This one no sauce. This one will give you some wasabi. Put it on that. This one no sauce. This was just like fried garlic that I got. It was really good. And yeah, these were like some of the things you could get. I got some onion, I remember. We got like some pork cutlet stuff also, and like fish things. And oh, this place was really good. Maybe no one foreigners racing the rig. No, they were saying the same thing. The Japanese people there. But yeah, it was a really tiny place, and it was really good. And then there was also like a kind of like retro arcade. This Pac-Man machine was a little fucked up. The screen was just like that the whole time. Yeah, another shot of the tower. Oh yeah, so there was like a old school like pachinko parlor, like, because most of the, the modern ones are a lot more like digital or whatever, but these were like old, like you could tell it's just like nails in a board pachinko table thing. And Nemu's brother figured out the trick, at least with this specific table, was like you pull the little plunger thingy to like release a ball, and then do a second one like just a second afterwards, so that it like they like collide at the top and like go at like different weirder angles. And he got a lot. He won a lot of pachinko balls. The only things you could get with the balls at this place were like just like snacks. But he only spent 100 yen. And then he got like just a big bag of like Pocky and choco pies and stuff. We have some at our house still. It was pretty funny. He kept winning. Like there was like some like older Japanese guy behind him like took a video on his phone. Like it was really funny to watch. There's, I think this was another like Kamen Rider soccer thing in like the old arcade stuff area. This was, you can kind of tell why this thing doesn't exist really anymore. Once I describe what it is, it's basically like a dark little like phone booth that you can sit down in. There's like a little bench, and there's like a fan, and it kind of like blows air and like plays spooky noises. And you put in 100 yen, and you pick one of 4 different like horror stories, and it's basically just like voice acted like horror stories, complete with lots of screaming and stuff. And you just like sit in a dark room, and it does that. However, it's a dark room where you can sit. Yeah, you can. Hanako was one of them. It says it there. But yeah, it's like a dark booth where you can sit probably about 2 people. So you can imagine why these don't exist anymore. Because like Nemu and I went in and like listened to one, and then like after we got out, she was like, "Yeah, those definitely don't exist anymore because people would just try to fuck in them." But yeah, so Shinsekai was like a cool area. Had lots of like kind of old timey arcade games and stuff. Damn, so true. One of my sisters compared it to this area to like the Jersey Shore kind of, or like Coney Island a little bit. But Japan. But yeah, lots of stuff has like cool like outdoor designs like this. The Garfield ride. Oh god, I saw that video. Yeah, I liked a lot of these like cool decorations and stuff outside. And then I guess we went back. The train had this little fish design on it, so I took a picture. This was just on the side of a building. It looked really cool though. Oh, yeah. Then we went to like the best dinner place. It was a really fancy yakiniku place, so like you know like grill meat at your table. It was so good. And I took this picture because instead of using like oil or like butter or anything to like kind of like grease up the grill before you cook stuff, there was just like a cube of like fancy like beef fat. But yeah, everything here tasted so good. It was all like very, very like high grade beef stuff. It was so good. And some kimchi. Oh yeah, this was like beef sushi that was just like kind of torched. Tasted really good. Oh, that actually reminds me, we went to a different, like a smaller izakaya later that had chicken sashimi. And I guess like chickens in Japan, you know, compared to like the US, like don't really contain salmonella at all. It's like very, very rare that you would get salmonella from eating like a raw egg or like raw chicken like in Japan. So one of my sisters ordered the like chicken sashimi thing that was just kind of like grilled on the outside. And as they were talking about it, both of my sisters at the same time were like, "Ah, the forbidden fruit." They said it was good, but I didn't want to try it. But yeah, all the food here was really, really, really good. It was oh yeah, that's the name of the place. There's like Matsu something Yakiniku M in Osaka. Oh, this was really good, like garlicky rice. It had like some like ground up beef in it and like garlic chips and some other stuff. It was really, really good. This was like the best thing, I think. And it came with some fresh wasabi, which if you've had wasabi in restaurants outside of Japan, it might not have been actual wasabi. It's because it's usually just like the horseradish dyed green, and that's why it like explodes your nose so much because it's horseradish. But like actual fresh wasabi doesn't really do that much. It's a lot like just kind of creamier. This food was also good. And we got some ice cream after. And then we just like wandered around more like tiny like side street stuff. Really good. I like walking around these areas. The next day we went. Oh, the next day was I think our last day. We went to like some malls because we specifically wanted to like buy some stuff before we left. And I got garlic rice again. And we got some sukiyaki also. And I saw this actual pharmacy that is actually named this. And I thought it was really funny, so I took a picture. Weeds Pharmacy, haha. And then we went to the Pokemon Center in Osaka, which had these giant legendary bird statues. They were cool. I did get a acrylic stand of Rika from Scarlet and Violet. It's on my desk now. It came with a little Clodsire thing that goes in front of her. It looks really cute. We didn't go in this place, but it had a bunch of animatronic dinosaurs on the outside, and I assume the inside as well. And it's like, I guess it's like they got food, karaoke, hookah, pool tables and darts and dinosaurs. Maybe we should have gone in there if we had time. Wild. I like this fish guy on the outside of a bar. Very business. Nice street art of the Mona Lisa, I guess. Oh, I tried doing Megalovania, tune of them, and I failed. I got an A, but did not pass. Oh yeah, and then for noise people here, I didn't know that null control was in my mind. And then I did funny VTuber song. Oh, and I did get some melon pen with ice cream in it. It's so good, especially when it's like fresh melon pen. It's nice and crispy. Yeah, this was, I think, the last night. We got... I don't know, we just wanted to wander around at night for like the last night we were there. Took another picture at the river. Oh yeah, this guy was beatboxing and was like pretty good. Yeah, this is like pretty good. We just like hung out there for a little bit. Oh, we did also go earlier to, I didn't really take a picture around there, but there's a place in near Doshonbori called Amerikamura, is like America Town. It has lots of like thrift stores, and there's also just like a kind of small little park area where you can hang out. And a lot of people go to hang out there both during the day and at night, and just like drink and chill and hang out. And I think that last night we went there also, and there was like also like some street performers like singing songs, playing guitar, and I don't know, it's just like nice to hang out there and chill. Yeah, this was another place that was open super late. They had udon stuff. I got soup and also katsudon, which I love. Is big bowl of rice with katsu pork and then egg and like some sauce and stuff on top. Like one of my favorite. I miss being in Japan. Oh yeah, so this was we were in the Don Quixote, and you know there's some cute Studio Ghibli things here, and you will probably not guess what was directly behind these, like across the aisle. So they got some nice cute Ghibli things, and then those are fleshlights. And these were like pocket-sized vibrators. They were like keychain sized. It was weird. I was about to say sex toys. Yes, specific ones. And then I took this picture because funny graphic design is my passion. I don't know why they're all different fonts. I don't know why there's a space between Undin and pants. I don't know why they spelled it Undin pants instead of underpants. Men's brand Undin pants. Yeah, you can find like everything at a Don Quixote. Anything you want. Oh, maybe the pictures are a little out of order then. Because that was like our last night food, I thought. Anyway, we went to a cute little cafe, and I got this like creme brulee French toast. Oh, it was so good. It came with ice cream. This was my lunch. I was extremely full after this. Undentail, yeah. Oh, also the reason we went here in the first place is because Nemo really wanted to get those like fluffy pancakes you see on like TikTok and stuff sometimes. It was really good. Good cafe. This was just funny. I was like, oh, American necklaces. How many meals has it been? I don't. The normal amount, maybe. They had a Sans Undertale necklace, earring. I don't know what this was. Guns, yeah. So yeah, then we went back to Super Kids Land. and bought more things. Or no, this is just out of order. Whatever. The pictures are out of order. It's fine. Looks like medieval. Oh yeah, it kind of does. I never played that game. It's like you play as a skeleton on the PlayStation, right? But yeah, I like this little thing because they had the Zaku's like posing for the camera. Like this one's got the peace sign out. This one has a peace sign also. This one's waving. Oh yeah, I guess the picture's just out of order a little bit. Whatever. So this was more just like funny stuff they had set up. It was like One Piece characters and Hell's Paradise characters. I don't know why. I mean, Sanji would do this to this lady. She is pretty. He would try to serve her food. This was a bunch of random like Power Rangers and Kamen Rider characters, and also a Gundam with a bunch of Uma Musume characters. We went into one store that upstairs had like sex toys and stuff, and a Tenga dress, which is a weird thing that exists. Oh, this other place had Sega merch marked with this picture, which if you have seen Isekai Oji-san, is an anime about this guy who gets sent to fantasy world when he's like a teenager in the 90s, and then he comes back and it's like 2023, and he was a big Sega fanboy in the 90s, so like literally the first thing he asks, because while he was in the other world he was like basically in a coma, so like he wakes up and one of his nephews is there, and the first thing he asks is like, how's Sega doing? What's like the newest? It's like the newest Sega console, and his nephew is like, maybe we should talk about something else. Collabed with Phantasy Star Online 2. Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, I thought it was funny that they marked the Sega stuff with the Oji-san. Were there any funky sex toys, or were all the basic? We did go into like the adult-only section in a Don Quixote once. I don't know, it was like normal ones. They had like bondage stuff and vibrators and flashlights and just stuff for sex, toys. I don't know, there were a lot of different shapes of vibrators. There was one that was, what is it called? I took the picture out, but I will read the name of what it was called. Oh, not like that though. Let me look at it on my phone. It had a funny name, but unfortunately in the picture you can see the reflection of like me. So where was that? There. I'm gonna find it, I promise. Backdoor lover. It was a butt plug. Oh yeah, I haven't really mentioned it at all, I guess, because we didn't really take pictures that weren't of ourselves, but we did go clubbing a couple times. Well, I mentioned like we went in Tokyo. In Osaka, Nemu and I went to this nightclub once it was called Crazyland, and we went there, like I guess it was like free for women to go in, but also you could pay like 2,000 yen for unlimited drinks until 4 a.m. So we went in just for free to see like, well, does this place suck or not? And then it was good, and they were playing good music, so we just went back upstairs and like paid for the thing. And it was super fun. They were playing a lot of really good music, and we just like went to the bathroom at one point, and I don't know, some other like Japanese woman there was like, "Oh, you look so cute," like to Nemu. And then like the three of us were talking a little bit and just like, "Oh, okay, bye." And then later we saw her sitting down at a bench, or like at a booth with like in like the VIP only area. And I don't know like how she knew that guy, but like she like waved us over, and like we sat down with them, and like it was like some like big like international DJ was like there. And he like brought over like the champagne, and like they threw confetti everywhere. It was really funny. Limited drinks for like 2,000 yen is a challenge. It's like a slightly more limited menu, but you know, It's great. But yeah, I was like, what's going on? why are they like, why are we sitting here? And Nemu was like, just roll with it. We're hot. We're hot ladies. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess so. Cool. Nemu was basically like, calm down. This is just what being hot at a club is like. But yeah, that was really fun. But the pictures are not in here. Yeah, so I got these, which were both about like $40. There's a Gurren Lagann model kit and Gunbuster. I haven't put them together yet. I could stream doing it. I don't know if I will. I have too many things I want to do on stream already. But yeah, I got model kits. We had to buy a new suitcase to fit all of the model kits and figurines that we got. Oops! Worth it, maybe. A little bit, sort of. But they fit. It was fine. But yeah, this was... Nemu got this gigantic 9S flight suit model kit. This fancy box over here was... Nemu and her brother grew up watching Saint Seiya, so they were trying to find Saint Seiya stuff, and they finally did find some like pretty nice Saint Seiya figurines in a secondhand store. And yeah, you can see some of her Gojos. And this was, I think, the last... Yeah, this was like the last place we ate like all together, like my siblings and I. It was a really, really, really good, I think like award-winning like soy sauce ramen place. It was extremely delicious. There was like some nice pepper on it, because I thought it was going to be like kind of salty. That's why I usually don't get like the soy sauce ramen, but this was so good. I ate all of it, as you can see. It was gone. Gojo is so sexy. Yes, he is also Nemu's husband. Oh, there's the name of the store. Nanba Sennichimae. Really, really, really good ramen. Or like soy sauce style ramen. Really good. Huge fan. And then at night, because I thought this was lit up all the time at night. It's only lit up from like between like 5 and 9. Wait, what's this? It was good ramen. Really, really good shoyu ramen. I got an egg with mine. I think this was all like pork and noodles. Everything was really good. I ate the whole thing. Empty bowl. And yeah, then we... Yeah, I don't know how the pictures get out of order. Anyway, it's fine. We walked around a little more at night, just around the river and stuff, and we take a picture of this guy lit up, because it looks a lot cooler when it's lit up. How did this get here? Anyway, yeah, this is another picture of Mount Fuji I got from the train. It's nice. This was like on the way to the airport. I saw this. They do, like, they'll use English words and abbreviate them in ways that make sense if you are speaking Japanese, and if you are speaking English, do not. Like, like you can tell from this that it's clearly a, like, cookie sandwich thing, and that's what sand is meaning. Sandwich. But, yeah, they just use sando. And sometimes when they write it in English, they just write it as sand, which looks weird. But it looks good. Caramel sands. But yeah, we went to the airport. There was a typo that was very affirming. I saw this and was immediately like, oh, thank you. Thank you, sign. I am her. And then even in the airport, like, they had, like, honestly pretty good selection of, like, model kits and stuff. And then I had one last ramen before we got on the plane. That was pretty good. Especially for, like, airport food. Like, this was good. And then we got home, and we're super tired, and then the next day unpacked all of the stuff, and these are all of the figurines that I got. I got this little Polka and Gunbuster model kit, Gurren Lagann model kit. The Gallo mostly Nemu got, but I guess for me. There was a Leo Nendoroid there too, but the Leo one was like 8,000 yen, whereas this Gallo is like 2,700, which is a lot cheaper. Made me so hungry. Same, me too. I'm also really hungry now. Cursed. I got this cute little Kamina, which is on my desk now. Actually, all of these are on my desk except for the model kits, which I need to put together. I got the gun lesbian. I forget her name. It's on the box. And this Miku and Homura with a gun, which I might give to Lily if I ever see Lily in person. Trying to convince her to go to Magfest with me. We'll see if she actually does. You can see also some of Nemu's figurines in the background. But yeah, that's all we got. The night we got back, I think we mostly just collapsed. But the next day, I ordered this pizza from a nearby place that I really like. Do you have gun lesbian girlfriend to go with lesbian? I don't. I did see figurines for her, but I just kind of want the one. But maybe I should get the other one now that you mention it. But yeah, I got buffalo chicken pizza with some blue cheese on it from a place nearby that does it really good. It's not really a thing you can get in Japan. I guess I did this like the second time I went to Japan too with school. Like I came home, my mom picked me up and then was like, "What do you want? What like American food do you want? Like non-Japanese food?" And I was like, "Give me buffalo chicken pizza." So yeah, I got this. It's very good. That's it. We did it. Buffalo chicken with ranch. I told you already, it's blue cheese sauce. I think. It's so good though. I love this pizza. Nemu does not like this pizza as much. She doesn't really like blue cheese because it makes her think of feet smell. Skill issue, I guess. But she got a Hawaiian pizza. Is maybe her favorite? I don't know. But yay, we did it! Congratulations, everyone. God damn, that was 3 hours. We did it. I got all the way back from Japan. I really love stinky cheese. They're the best. Yes! As a kid, my favorite cheese was Gorgonzola, I think. I still really like blue cheeses, though. I love blue cheese. It's so good. I was too intrigued. Yeah, I'm glad. Because I had talked about it a little bit, like, the streams last week. But I wanted to just do an actual stream of it. Blue cheese dressing is so good. Yeah, it is. Unless you're Nemu, and it makes you think of feet. But yeah, this was a fun stream to do. I like talking about stuff. Maybe on my Discord I'll like some of the pictures that I like took out of like Nemu and I going clubbing and stuff. Maybe I'll just like put our VTuber faces over our real faces and put them on Discord or something. I don't know. You know how to enjoy a trip, Lucky. Thanks. Yeah, we did. I don't know. I guess like usually we just try to like not to like have like an itinerary planned out because I feel like that would get stressful. But to just like before we go, just look up a bunch of things that sound good. And then just depending on like what day we want to do stuff, or if it's like, okay, well this specific day we have to do this thing because they're only open on this day or whatever. Or like you have to make a reservation for this, so we'll do that. But like otherwise we just kind of do whatever people feel like. And eat lots of tasty food. Have a good time. Yeah, it was a super fun trip. I can't wait to go again. I should probably be employed first though. This trip was mostly possible because it was like my mom's like wedding gift to us was like, here, I'll just pay for like your honeymoon or like whatever like big trip to, I assume, Japan you want to go to. And Nemo and I were talking about it and we were like, yeah, we probably do want to go to Japan, but we don't want to go to Japan and not bring other people. So yeah, we went with a bunch of our siblings and it was really fun. And And I want to go again. I already want to go back to Osaka. It was so much fun. There's just like bars and like street food and like ramen places and clubs that are all open until like 5 a.m. Like even where I live, like there's like, you know, clubs and stuff that are fun to go to, but they all close at 2. Bah! And the public transportation closes at midnight, which I think it also does in most places in Japan. But if you're staying in Dotonbori, you don't have to take public transportation because you're already where all the nightlife stuff is. Take another vacation, you've earned it. I have, thank you. Probably not going anywhere until like at least next year. Oh, yo, Calitron. Stream's over. Free Palestine. True. Do that. I don't intend to travel. It's just too much for a little. Yeah. Well. Anyway. I gotta go. I've been talking about my Japan trip for 3 hours. We did it. We got through all my pictures. Yeah. Let me figure out a raid. Who be streaming? Sure. Why not? Follow more people. I feel like I keep reading this thing. Anyway. Oh, is Vex streaming? Oh, Vex is streaming. Here, I'll do it for you. Eat shit, Vex. Alright. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming to my stream.